Hey guys, welcome to Following Lucha. We are the lore keepers of Lucha Underground, and before we get to this podcast, I have a lot of things I want to get off of my chest. Steven, when you count down for a podcast to start, you can't change the pace 3 times during the countdown, because then I don't know when we're going to start.
I just want to start it, immediately. It's why you count down faster.
That's not, you did 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like, that's not...
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
how it works.
I'm so
what
glad.
What is this podcast for? We gotta explain it for people.
I already said, we're the lore keepers of Lucha Underground. We're not a wrestling podcast. Where'd you get that idea?
Fuck wrestling.
If you think we're a wrestling podcast, we both hate it. Turn this thing off. If you're watching on YouTube, click on another video. If you're watching on Spotify, go listen to Joe Rogan instead, okay? We don't want you here.
Podcast right there.
Yeah.
Mr. Joe Rogan.
Exactly.
Remember when he shit on CM Punk for the longest time on his podcast after his debut? Oh, that was funny.
That's kind of fair, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? I was fucking devastated by that loss, Steven.
I think that ruined CM Punk for me ever since that one fight he had in UFC. It's like, oh.
My family had so many people over, and they were explaining to them, like, oh, he used to be a wrestler. He was Jacy's favorite wrestler.
Oh, you're hyping him up. You're hyping the boy. He's the boy, It's like, yo, this guy's badass. You CM Punk, man.
And he fucking...
And then he loses in, 15 seconds.
Got dog-walked by, a D-lister in the UFC. It's so sad.
Like twice.
Well...
But the second time he won,
yeah, the
right?
second time he didn't lose. Okay, the other guy was cheating because he was on drugs.
Did he win, or was it just, subtracted,
I think it was
the
just...
match.
no contest, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Scrubbed from the
Imagine your only win being because he got beat up so badly because he was on drugs.
That is tough. That would be tough. But that's not what happened. Steven, why the fuck are we talking about wrestling? That's not our job here.
Well, no, I'm talking about UFC. It's better.
Oh, you're right. We're
a combat sport.
We are a media and television podcast, though, and that is why instead of watching an episode of Lucha Underground this week, as we are usually want to do, we instead watched an episode of the USA Network's television series that ran from 2008 to 2014, Psych.
Yo, I love Psych.
Starring...
If you don't know why we do it, it's because we have a list of movies or TV shows with wrestlers in it.
Yeah. Well,
and then we just pick one randomly, and this is what we managed.
Watching Lucha Underground every week, Steven, it can be a lot,
Yeah.
We got to break up that monotony. Yeah. And so we do. We have a list of other movies, TV shows, media that other wrestlers make cameos and guest appearances in. And so every 4 or 5 weeks we watch one of those. This is one of those weeks, and somehow it was fucking another episode of Psych. We've only been doing this podcast for 20 weeks. This is our 4th non-Lucha Underground podcast, and half of them have been Psych. So...
Well, to be fair, this is the first one where we picked randomly, I think, right? Or is that the Arrow one?
Why the fuck would we have picked The Miz on Psych for the other one?
I don't remember.
I don't think we picked that randomly.
I don't remember back then, because I don't think we talked on the podcast either.
Yeah.
I think we chose it randomly.
I think so too.
No, we didn't? I don't know. I don't remember.
But
it's too much to remember, man. My brain is too small for this.
The Aztec podcast gods really, really want us to watch James Roday, okay? And so that's what we're gonna do, Steven. We watched...
He's from San Antonio. He's a fellow rep, From the SA.
Yo, repping that 210. That's crazy.
I love him.
Well... We watched season 3, episode 7 of Psych from 2008. Let me find. It's from September 5th, 2008, Steven.
It really felt like 2008 when I was watching this. I'm gonna be honest. Oh my gosh.
And last time we did one of these episodes, I had a scene-by-scene recap of every little thing that happened in the episode. That's not sustainable for this podcast, for our mental health. We can't do that. This is the first time.
It was too hard.
It was.
To talk about TV shows. It's difficult.
It was. And this is the first time, too, that we've done a non-Lucha Underground episode, and I didn't have to watch it twice. I only had to watch it one time.
Why'd you watch it once?
Because I was able to do my notes the one time around.
The last one went so badly, it gave him a heart attack, guys. That's what happened.
It really
Jacy
did.
got a heart attack.
Because of James Roday. It's all his fault. But Steven, the last episode we watched of Psych, the one with the Miz in it, 10 weeks ago, I think it might actually be exactly 10 weeks ago. If this is episode 22, Perfect. That was episode 12.
Yeah?
But...
Would it be 11? Or 10?
No, it was 12, I think.
12? Oh.
I think.
No, because like we did like every other 5, I thought.
Yeah, so think 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5. Dolph
11.
Ziggler movie.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4,
okay.
5. Wait, I don't know. I don't
No.
know, Steven. Okay.
It's too hard.
I just
dude,
I
to do
looked at it
math.
on YouTube beforehand. I trust that I didn't get the wrong number in the thumbnail or in the title.
No.
Okay. So listen, look here, listen. The last time we watched Psych,
Okay.
it was season 6, episode 12. So we're going 3 years back. In order to
gosh.
watch this episode, and Steven,
We still have yet to see the pilot, by the way. We've only seen one other episode.
why
of
the
the show.
fuck would we watch the pilot of Psych?
You know, I just think it's so great. We're just randomly placing ourselves into these like random episodes. Like something like the first episode of the season, but it's like the middle of the season that we've watched.
Explain
it's so great.
to the loyal listeners why we're doing that. Why we're watching middle of the season episode or season
Well,
3.
you see, guys, this episode of Psych had a very special cameo in it. It had WB Raw, is it Raw or SmackDown diva?
Who the
Mickie
fuck
James
cares?
guest starring in it.
It
You
did.
know, it's
It did. Mickie
pretty
James is in
impressive.
this episode. That's why we watched it, guys. Okay. And
Hardcore Country was in it, dude.
Steven,
It was awesome.
the idea behind the TV show Psych, we've talked about this in the first episode we watched 10 weeks ago, is it used to always air after Raw on the USA Network, okay? I used to always see advertisements for it when I was watching Raw as a kid growing up, right?
You ever watch it?
No! Like, I would see
neither.
the previews and sometimes it would just start after Raw, but I never watched it. I couldn't comprehend it. I was like 7, 8. But we did watch the last episode and we learned what the show is. And the show is that there is a detective who is a psychic, and sometimes he has these episodes
detective?
that
I
show
thought he
him
was just,
clues.
Like a police guy,
Ye-
or the other guys.
well, it's confusing. I think it changes
Okay.
over the course of the series too, so it's hard to
That
keep
makes a lot of
track
sense,
when we
yeah.
hop back 3 years.
Yeah.
But he's basically a detective who uses his psychic ability to help him find clues, and he has a partner with him who is very dumb. That's the gist of it, right? And
Pretty good.
when we watched that episode with The Miz, the main character would have these psychic flashes where like his head would go crazy, and then the screen lights up and stuff goes black and white, and the clue lights up in colors, right? And in my
Like
mind,
Sherlock, yeah.
yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, he's a real psychic. He has psychic powers. It's crazy. But Steven, when I turned on Peacock to watch the Mickie James episode of Psych, do you know what I
Yeah.
read in the description of this television series?
What did it say? I watched it on Prime Video, and I didn't really care enough to read it.
I
so-
watched it on Peacock, and it said, quote, a novice sleuth convinces the police to let him help on baffling cases by pretending to be a psychic.
Wait, what?
Is he pretending? Or
Maybe it's like a power creep thing, right? Where like early on he was pretending, but then like he gained it somehow.
No,
like,
no.
power-wise
I thought the same
in other
exact thing as
seasons.
you, Steven. But then I
Yeah?
turned on the Mickie James episode, and immediately it's a flashback to 1978, and the main character has these psychic powers as like a 10-year-old. Okay,
Right.
so
So he's always had it.
yes,
Wow.
so
Maybe it's like a season 2 thing or like season 1 thing, you know? Like he had no powers in season 1, and then they retconned in season 2.
oh maybe
Because we watched
maybe.
season 3, so it's been a while for this show.
I like to think that the person who wrote the description on Peacock watched like half an episode and just was like, "Oh yeah, I got this,"
Didn't care enough.
and then yeah, just
Poor
gave it a
cock,
good
man.
shot.
Sucks, man.
But so I don't know if James Roday is a real psychic or not. And we really got to get to the bottom of it, Steven, okay?
We really do.
We do.
And we're going to do it right now like a Psych episode. We're going to solve the mystery by the end of this podcast.
Let's go. We're not even going to remember to talk about it at the end of the podcast. This is so sad. But Steven, like I mentioned, the episode starts with a flashback to 1978, and basically the psychic detective guy is being yelled at by his dad. His dad says, "Find the thing I stole from you." Which, like, I don't know how to better describe this scene.
Find it.
But the dad is like, "I took something of yours, son. Tell me what it was." And his psychic abilities kick in. He's like, "Dad, you took my BB gun." And then his dad was like, "Yes, I did." And then his son was like,
I did
"Okay,
take your gun.
can I have it back?" And dad said, "Nope." And that was it.
Nah, dude.
Yeah.
No. I looked it up apparently, like back in the earlier episode when we watched the Miz one. Apparently, like his dad was supposed to be abusive.
Oh,
And that's like the whole like subplot with the kid or
I see.
the dude.
that's
Yeah.
not the feeling you get from this episode. at
No,
all,
he's just
especially with the
dick dad.
ending. Yeah, just like it was a cop is dead too, you know?
Makes sense. It makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. But what's
Yeah.
valuable about this flashback is we learn that James Roday, what's his name? Sean is his name on the show. He
Sean.
is friends with his partner Burton, even back as children, you know?
Or
So,
Gus.
Burton.
It's Gus. It's Gus. They call him
Burton.
Gus in this episode too.
We've got to do like a TikTok or
Yeah.
like a deep dive into what the
Yeah.
actual name of Dolph Ziggler's character was in the Countdown movie, okay?
It's an hour-long analyst. It's
Yeah.
all started in 1973 with the introductions of movies. And then we lead into it, the decades of movies, and it becomes the joke of, hey, Dolph Ziggler's character's real name is this. After explaining like the Citizen Kane, starting this whole revolution of good movies.
It makes sense. And it all culminated with Countdown, you're saying. Okay, yeah, no, that
That's
makes
the final
sense.
good movie ever.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So we go, Steven, from his cop dad teasing him about his gun to just a random shot of like a pawn shop or thrift store / jewelry
I
shop.
think it was just a jewelry store, wasn't it?
But there was clothing too.
Maybe it's like a Ross.
Maybe it was a
I don't know if
Ross.
people have Ross in their, in
Yeah,
their states or countries.
we'll go with it. They cut to a
Like-
Ross. They cut to a
Yeah.
Ross clothing store.
Like a TJ Miller's, you know, one of those.
TJ Miller
Maxx,
is a
not Miller.
comedian who
Miller's
was
an actor.
caught having a bomb threat on a Chicago subway, okay?
TJ Maxx.
And responsible
one.
for the Lego movie and performs in Austin a concerning amount, okay?
Have you seen him?
No. Why would I?
Oh, you're missing out.
He's not that
He's in the
funny.
Lego movie, man.
No, I know.
What?
He wasn't in the Lego movie.
You got kicked out of Silicon Valley.
It was
which I
the
really funny.
Emoji movie, Steven.
Was the Emoji movie? He was in that?
It was his movie. He was the star
Oh,
of the Emoji
dang.
movie.
Dang.
How
that
don't
sucks,
you
man.
remember that? Yeah.
Poor emojis, man.
Honestly. So we cut to a Ross / jewelry store. It's called Zilks, actually, but I think
Yeah.
Ross is the better name. And it's like nighttime footage, and a security guard is there. And then, oh my gosh, the security guard is smashed over the head with a hard object.
Oh no.
And oh my gosh, there's a robbery that occurs. Steven. In all this,
Yeah.
though, in the first scene with the flashback to now the current day, the present day robbery, everything is so grainy, okay? Like,
It's 2008. What'd you expect?
but TV, high definition existed
It's
in
standard
08.
definition. It's probably like not even like 60. It's probably like 16 by 9 or something.
Standard def is higher than whatever the fuck that was, because it was so grainy. Everything is so grainy.
It's a 2008 TV show. What'd you expect?
guess.
Maybe you're just used to like high definition. Is that when you see like one piece of grain, it's like, oh,
It wasn't
this
one
show's
piece
too
of
old for
grain.
me,
It
man.
was millions pieces of grain.
you don't know the budget for this show. Maybe it was like $2.
Maybe
you know?
the Prime version is different from the Peacock version.
No,
but
mine
on
was also pretty
Peacock,
grainy. It's okay. Mine was pretty grainy.
Well,
yeah.
there you
know,
go.
Bezos didn't have enough money to remake the entirety of this show.
He
in
should
HD.
though. He really should.
Bezos is a big fan. Yeah.
So, but in addition to everything being grainier, because even if we go ahead to that Miz episode that we've already watched, that is high def. That is beautiful footage.
I'm pretty sure it's like 2012, right?
Yeah, 2012.
Yeah,
but also
makes
too,
sense.
this like the vibe, the general atmosphere of the show of Psych in season 3 of the Mickie James episode is so much edgier than the Miz episode.
Right.
The
Maybe
Miz-
it's because like they realized what they wanted by then, right? Because it's been like what 20 seasons already by that year.
Yeah.
Like this one's like they're still trying to like get to that level.
I
of,
guess so.
This is the status quo, guys. Or humor just evolved in 2008 to be
Yeah,
really edgy.
because it was honestly
Possibly
like
thing.
like the Sean guy, the main character, is like a lot more like a tough guy, and he's like has
Right.
like a you know just like he's a little bit more brooding
The
than he
Redditor.
is. But
I
then
think
in
it's like
the
a really
future-
Reddit kind of character. I'm gonna be honest.
yeah, a little bit.
Like, you know, like when the subreddits were like, guys, what's the best comeback? And it's like, if I were your type of bullying lameness, I would jump off a cliff because that's lame. You know, it's stuff like that. Like, just weird, like, comebacks.
It's
Reddity,
exactly like
very
that,
Reddity.
Steven. You
Yeah.
just have a way of putting
I love
abstract
Reddit.
thoughts into words, man.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
I'm an intellectual man.
yeah, no, you
I
are.
watch Rick and Morty.
You really do. You really do. And so it feels like an edgier TV show, whereas in the future with the Miz episode, it's more like, oh, he's a goofball, he's a lovable goofball.
More safer?
Yeah, a little
Or just
safer.
like more family friendly because they want to get sponsors.
Definitely. And so, but after this burglary, this robbery, I think it's what is it? It's a robbery with force. I don't know.
There's no murder. They're just robbing the place.
But they smashed the fuck out of a security guard.
Well, he's not dead, you know?
It doesn't matter. It's still a robbery.
He might have a concussion. That's fine, you know? He's not dead, though. They're not murderers. They just stole. Okay?
I guess so.
They're not that bad of criminals, man.
So they stole a bunch of merchandise. They stole a bunch of jewelry. And the police are there. And they're like, oh my gosh, who could have done it? And then Sean is there. And he's like, who could have done it? And Sean is dressed up like a mannequin when he appears. Which is cool.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious. And
the
Burton
guy was like, hey, why is that mannequin so weird looking? And it's Sean.
And he pops on, like, hey, and he starts having a conversation with the mannequin. It's funny. And then Burton is there.
So random, dude.
Burton is there, and I didn't realize, Steven, but Burton is like not a detective. He's just a guy who hangs out with his friend Sean.
I love that. He's just some dude that hangs out with Sean.
Because he's studying for his pharmaceutical exam, which means on the episode we watched with The Miz, where they're on the dating show, and Burton says that his job is a pharmaceutical sales rep, that wasn't a gimmick. That's his real job.
Maybe it is a gimmick. That's like what he wants to do, but like, I don't know. It's like 20 seasons from now, that episode, so a lot could happen. You know?
This like he was taking the exam for it, like to re-up his licensure. Like he's already, I think, a pharmaceutical sales rep. So I don't.
Maybe he lost it. And
maybe
like,
he does.
That was him trying to like cover up his old job.
Maybe he has it revoked in the future for selling really hard drugs.
That was like 5 years from now.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. But they're both there. And then they go into the back room to watch the security cameras they have from when the robbery occurred. And then Sean's psychic abilities, they kick in. And he sees something. And he realizes, oh my gosh, one of those robbers is wearing roller skates or something.
Oh my gosh, they're a roller skating thief.
But it's a very specific roller skate that only roller derbiers have access to. And so he's able to narrow the suspects down to 80 women in the city who are roller derbiers.
Only 80 women, guys. It's good enough for me.
And then, Steven, guess what?
What?
Then the theme song kicks in. Let's go.
It makes more sense here, though. Like, it didn't. Like, it made a lot more like sense here because like 2008, right?
It fit a little bit more than with the high def footage we have in 5 years.
High def one was kind of weird. I didn't skip this intro either. Like usually I skip intros for TV shows.
I've done the same thing. I usually skip them, but this one I enjoy it too much. You know,
like it's because like
a childlike joy,
nostalgic. You know, just this grainy like weird
for
2000
a
song.
Show I've never watched in my life.
Yeah,
you know,
it just makes me feel happy.
Nostalgia for a show I watched for the first time within the year. You know, which is cool. And so
I also like forgot the show was like a 40-minute long show. I thought it was like 20 minutes at first.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was a little disappointed by that.
I was like, fuck, that's a lot of my time today, man.
But we go from the intro song to Sean. He's at the roller derby. Burton is studying for his pharmaceutical exam. And then they're watching.
That's all he does in this episode, by the way. He doesn't do anything else.
He does
like he's
literally nothing else
this
but study.
Episode. Maybe because like they didn't know what they wanted to do with the character.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I think we get to the reason a little bit later. Later. But the two of them are watching the roller derby with Sean's dad, because his dad, the one who was the cop in the previous flashback,
opening scene.
Yeah, he apparently used to be I was about to say prequel, but that's not how this works. But he used to be.
You're watching a prequel if you think about it. You know?
You're right. We really are.
It's kind of scary.
His dad, the cop, also used to be a roller derby DJ.
Wow.
Yeah.
For him.
And then he's there and he's calling all the women on the field broads, which is cool. Which, for those who might not be familiar with a roller derby, because I fucking wasn't.
You don't know what a roller derby is?
It was a track of people on roller skates and they beat each other up.
Yeah, it's sick, right?
Yeah, it seemed pretty cool.
Yeah,
and
fun time.
It seemed pretty sick, yeah. But basically, they've assigned Juliet to the case. Juliet is the police detective who, in the Miz episode, is Sean's girlfriend. But in this episode, they're just like flirty.
Friends?
I think they're more than friends.
I think like I think in the last episode, I was like, there probably was like some build up to them dating that we missed that was pretty major and important. And I guess this was before that happened.
Yeah, and I mean, I think they are living together maybe at this point too, because of something that I don't know. They're just
honestly, Sean's kind of like creepy towards her too.
Oh, just a massive creep. But he's
just so fucking weird.
But
dude.
he's edgy and he's mildly handsome. So
like a redditor.
I wouldn't.
They're all handsome.
No, I don't know if I'd say that. I don't know if I agree with you, Steven.
What? Well, he was weird. Like he was always like flirting with her, but like she never like talked back. I guess it was weird.
You could tell she liked him. You know, like again, they're in a relationship at this point. You
can tell she's into it.
He has keys to her apartment.
You're a monster.
He has keys to her apartment. Okay, I'm gonna assume she's interested. You know what? You bring up a good point. So, but there are so many people in the crowd for this roller derby that like I didn't realize it was so fucking popular. It's 1,000 times more popular than any indie show, okay, that's going on in that town.
Well, to be fair, those are probably like in a gym. You know, this is on an actual place.
This is a roller rink. You're right.
Yeah, it's way cooler.
But it is fucking packed. Okay, people love the roller derby.
It's like a 2008 thing. Everyone's into like roller derbying.
I am very tempted after this episode to seek out a real roller derby and watch it, Steven. Yeah? Yes.
Well, I just feel like it's like really injured and like breaks their ankle. It's like, yo, this is awesome, dude. This is better than indie wrestling.
Honestly, if only more indie wrestlers would be out of work for like a 6-7 month period. Yeah. So can you look up to see if there are any roller derbies in Austin and San Antonio, Steven?
Yeah. Just,
Thank you.
Go talk more about your episode.
Yeah, my episode, I'd love to. Basically, Sean decides, okay, well, while Juliet is roller derbying, because she's infiltrated one of the teams, the police detective. Sean says, I'm going to sneak into the women's locker room. And then he does that, and he snoops through the lockers.
He does that a lot. You know, like the last episode was also snooping like the guys like
in the bedroom. You're right.
Too.
Yeah, you're right.
Kind of weird.
But I guess
like Sean. I'm gonna be honest.
It's the nature of being a detective. He should be snooping. Like I can't be upset at him.
I couldn't do that legally.
Well, you do need a warrant, but I don't think he, at least at this point, technically legally works for the police department.
Maybe it's like the way he does it. It's kind of creepy towards me, you know.
Well, yeah, the fact that he's like a raging sexist doesn't help. You know. Yeah. So this is about the point, Steven, where our beloved Mickie James shows up, and she
hardcore country.
Yo,
she comes up, dude. It was awesome. She's like, "Yo, guys, what up? It's me, Mickie James." That's it. That's her entire scene.
That really is. We learn that she's on Juliet's roller derby team. Juliet's name, by the way, is Maniac. That is her roller derby name. Mickie James's name is like Woodlawn. It's something like that. It's really
call her Mickie James.
Yeah, it's just Mickie.
It's just Mickie James.
But Sean he joins Burton back on the field and his dad. And he's looking at all the girls, and then his psychic ability kicks in again. And he sees that one girl has a bruise on her elbow, but it's under her elbow pad. And another girl has a scrape on her back.
What could that mean?
That was from glass. Steven, they must be the suspects.
Maybe they just fell down, you know?
Just really hard.
Yeah, like maybe they were just walking down the stairs and just fell.
Honestly, it's a little presumptuous that this motherfucker sees a bruise and a cut and is like, oh, they must have robbed a Ross.
They're probably the robbers, guys, okay?
And so, what's it? Apparently they are already... Oh, sorry. One of my notes is apparently Juliet and Sean are already fucking in season 3. So
they are. Okay.
Yes,
that makes sense.
I don't know why I think this, but my notes say it, so I'm gonna take it as gospel.
It must be true. So they are fucking.
They are.
But he's still a creep too. So it's
well, he's also creeping on the other women. Okay, he's ogling them. Okay, ogling them. Ogling.
I think it's the way he presents himself. You know, just saying whatever is on his mind in a quirky fashion.
Yeah.
So he's cool.
They could have given this show some more legs, Steven. I
feel like he's a self-insert for a writer. I'm gonna be honest, Sean.
What? No.
No, you don't think so?
No.
You don't think he's a self-insert?
Every protagonist is a self-insert. Let's be honest, Steven.
Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We're self-inserts for another person. For it be greater than us? Above us?
I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know. Wake up.
I'm a self-insert for God. That's how I think of it. Yeah, I tend to think of it that way. And so...
Which ones?
Which ones? Which God?
Yeah. Yeah, which gods?
That's a great question. That's a great question. Well, either way, the police head detective at this point calls Juliet back to the police station, and he says, "Dear sweet Juliet," it's a woman at the time, by the way. I think it's a man in the Miz episode, but it's a woman police chief, and she says,
"Okay, probably got fired or something, right?"
I think so. Maybe she was one of the bad guys in a future episode.
Oh, maybe.
And so she
also
says,
like a security guard guy we don't talk about that much either, like a dude, like the cop dude.
"Oh, the one who's Juliet's partner."
Yeah, maybe he got like replaced later on or something.
No, he's in that future episode.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
But Juliet is what she's called into the office, and police chief is like, "Juliet, I'm worried about you. I heard you punched a girl tonight, or like broke a girl's arm, something like that. It's all in day's work at the roller derby, though, you know." And Juliet's like, "Hell yeah, I did." And she's like, "I think you're going in too deep on this case. This always happens to you when you put you undercover." And Juliet's like, "No, I got this. I feel like I'm onto something. And then the police chief is suspicious, but Juliet convinces her to let her continue with the case. So very good. Because
she's really into murdering people. It's
exactly.
really sick. You know,
Juliet,
she's like beating up other women.
She gets a phone call, Steven. She gets a ring. And
Oh.
It is basically from all her roller derby partners, and they're like, "Hey, meet us at a dark warehouse tonight, and don't tell anyone." And so she's like, "This is the big break I've been waiting for." So she shows up to her apartment. Yeah, get the boys, call up the boys, get the guns. She goes to her apartment to get all her firearms, and James Roday, Sean, is waiting there, and he has a romantic dinner set up.
Oh, he's like, "Hey, babes. Got some crab cakes here. Got some strawberries."
Did you recognize those as crab cakes? Because I did not.
Kinda. I feel like crab cakes always look kind of different whenever like you eat them. You know.
I thought it was.
I don't
just
think
like
it's like a distinct crab cake like look.
Okay. I thought it was just
think
like
it's
a
like-
really
'cause usually
hard
it's like
loaf
mush.
of bread. Yeah,
Right. It's like usually like crab and like some breading, right? And they just like mush it up together.
I understand.
Plop it and
I've
bake it.
never had a crab cake, Steven. I can't necessarily relate. I'm sorry about that.
What? You don't eat the best food ever? Crab cake?
I'm sorry, man. Well,
No
neither
way,
does
dude.
Juliet. At least not with Sean, because she says, "Sean, I'm so sorry. I can't do this date right
You're
now."
weird.
She takes the
Stop.
crab cake, she eats it, and she heads out to the
Yeah.
warehouse. And she's like, "You're either with me or you're against me." And then Sean
Like
follows
the
her.
Nexus.
Exactly.
You're like Daniel Bryan. I hate you.
I hate you.
I'm the Wade Barrett here.
They
And
were
then she gets
dropping all
married.
these references in 2008, 2 years
were.
before the Nexus was born.
They predicted the Nexus, you know?
And so they all show up to the warehouse. The police are all there with guns. And then, oh, what do you know? It's nothing illegal. They're just filming a music video. And so...
I thought it was like a strip club at first, not gonna lie. Like
And
when they
all-
walked in, I thought it was like a strip club.
Oh,
'cause
it
all the
did
colors
look
and
kind of
stuff.
strippy. Yeah, no, you're right.
Because they didn't show like the music video itself. They're
No,
just
they really didn't. They
lights.
we have to take their word for it, you
Yeah.
know?
So like
which,
when
how did...
Juliet came back to the cops office, it's
Well,
pretty funny.
also,
though.
how did none of the roller derbyers look outside at the door that was just busted open and see all the police officers there with guns, all surrounding Juliet? You know?
I don't know. Maybe like, she looks different in her outfit. You know.
Maybe.
Maybe they're used to her in her roller derby outfit, not like her actual cop outfit.
Maybe so.
I don't know if she
maybe
had a
so.
cop outfit on, by the way.
I don't think so. I
She
think
might
she
have.
showed up in her roller derby outfit. I think.
Maybe they just left already. Like they vanished. You know, they poofed.
Who knows? But she does, Steven. She goes
knows?
back to the police station. And what happens?
The cop lady's angry. She's like, "Yo, what the heck? You wasted the tax dollars on this?
Honestly.
Why would you raid a bar?
And
Filming a
then...
music video, or is it like a studio?
It was a warehouse. It was an
warehouse?
empty warehouse, yes. And then, but
Why
Sean
would you
speaks
raid
up.
that?
Sean says it wasn't her idea. I got one of my intuitions from my
Yeah.
psychic ability. It was me. It was me all along.
It was me all along. I was the one who did it.
It was. I actually robbed that Ross,
Juliet's,
guys.
son of a bitch.
It was me. But so that's how he's able to save Juliet. And so then we cut to Sean, and Steven, Sean has his own psychic office, like aside from the police station, just like on the beach. That's crazy.
Yeah, makes sense.
And he has
Maybe,
this,
like-
the TV show logo on his window.
I assume like it burned down or something, right? And they changed sets. That's what I think.
I don't know, but I love the
don't
Psych
know.
logo. And I kind of want it
It's a
on a
very nice
t-shirt.
logo.
Right? It's such a nice shade of
logo.
green.
It's a nice
I
font.
really love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
The
my
outline,
gosh.
simple. It's nice.
I'm going to put it on
Better
the
than
outside
like
of my window.
WWE's logo.
It's
To
too
be
much.
honest,
It's too much, the WWE logo.
it's too much. The red, the white,
Ugh.
the black is it's too
Just
much, man.
gross. You know, and now it's like sleek too. Like, it's whatever.
They unedged it, man.
They really did. That's what they did to
Depressing.
Psych too. At least they kept the logo though.
Did they? Did they change the logo for Psych?
No, but they unedged the
Oh.
show. You know.
They unedged the show?
Yeah.
I liked it back when they made edgy jokes, like murders.
I
epic.
was a fan of Psych exclusively from seasons 1 to 3. Yeah, until they
That's
went to high
probably a
def.
good by the way.
And then they ruined it. Mhm.
Yeah.
We gotta find the Psych subreddit, honestly, Steven. We really
Oh
do.
shoot! Speaking of Psych, I didn't see the pineapple.
Speaking
I
of
assumed the
Psych,
pineapple. I assume the pineapple was like on the table
the
with the
date
crab
scene,
cakes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
Oh, it
I
was
don't know if
probably in
or
his
not.
office actually, because
Oh.
I know when it was at the very end
When?
of the show, or maybe it's right here in
Uh-huh.
this scene when they're at Sean's
Uh-huh.
office. Burton has a big like buffet in front of him on the table that he's
Oh, I
eating.
know
There
what you're
was
talking about,
definitely a
right.
pineapple on the
There's
table.
the pineapple there. We did it. Now we're a real Psych podcast.
Yo,
Let's go.
Let's go. But Burton is jealous that Juliet is like becoming Sean's new partner because she's so involved in the case, and Sean's like, no, that's not what's happening, but it's kind of what's
No.
happening. But
Don't
this
think
is
that.
Burton's fault for
No.
studying for his exam, you know?
Yeah, Gus. Why would you want to get a better career? Dummy?
Exactly. A better career than following your fake detective roommate around, you know?
Solving mysteries.
Mm-hmm. But then we cut back to the roller derby, and Mickie James, aka Westwood, is leaving the roller derby early, and Juliet follows her and says, "Mickie James, why are you leaving early?" And Mickie James says, "Oh, my boyfriend's having car trouble."
Which one?
I am pissed that she has a boyfriend. You know?
In this universe?
Yes.
Did she so cheat on my boy from the Spirit Squad?
Kenny.
Was it Kenny? Was that his name?
Was it Kenny Dykstra? I thought it was.
It was Kenny Dexter. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
cool. I was
You
playing
think?
poker, not poker, but some game with poker chips with my family over 4th of July weekend. And
Why
we
was
used
Kenny Dexter involved in this?
because we used my wrestling poker chips, and Kenny Dykstra was on one of them.
How old are those chips?
It depends. Half of them are from like 2009, and then half of them are from
Oh.
like 2012. You know?
Oh, it's updated.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they make that for in 2012? Like it's a children's company by that point, I assume. Those poker chips.
Well,
You know?
I loved them. Is the thing,
Oh.
and they sold them at like you know like at the registers
Were they,
in
like,
Target
blind
when you're like
bags?
leaving. Yeah, they were blind bags, and they came with 4 chips.
Oh.
And sometimes you
How
would get
many
like
did you buy?
foil. I have hundreds.
Oh my god.
But that's because my family really liked them too. We used to play a game
Oh.
when I was younger where we would take the WWE wrestler chips and we would
Uh-huh.
spin them, and whoever's would spin the longest won.
So it's like Pogs.
Kind of.
They bought like plastic Pogs.
Not really. It was poker
Oh.
chips, and we would spin
Okay.
them, and just if they spun the longest, we won. You
That's
know?
the most boring thing to watch.
No.
I was like, hey guys, let's spin these
No.
chips and see which one
Because
spins the longest.
sometimes they would hit each other, you know, and you had
Because
like
it's like
5 people
Beyblades.
going at once. You can target other people. Yeah, it's like Pogs meets Beyblades meets wrestling.
But Beyblades are cooler.
No, it's not. Can you know how I know it's not? Because my
How?
nieces and my nephew, who are currently children, love the game because I still have my
We
chips.
spin Pogs and we fight them. It's sick, guys.
Mhm. They love playing with Kenny Dykstra's
cheaper,
poker
too.
chip, okay? And so, they
And
they
poor
go
Kenny
for.
Dykstra roller derby version probably
I
got cooked in
know.
this universe too. By
Yeah.
roller derby John Cena.
You could have made a lot of money if you bought those chips back in the day, because they sell like for some money.
Wait,
on eBay,
really?
Steven. Yeah. You
Like
know,
autographs or
a
just, like,
single
plain?
chip cost about as much as a bag back then. You know, which is
Stonks.
crazy. Yeah. But I have a gold John Cena, a gold Miz, Randy Orton.
Gold John Cena.
I got a silver Shawn Michaels.
Oh, only silver.
It's a pretty badass silver though.
Oh, like
Mhm.
like chrome looking or like
Mhm. Mhm.
so it scratches easily.
They
Or-
have a lot of scratches on them at this point from the years of
Aw.
abuse.
Probably doesn't
But-
sell for a pack anymore.
No,
You know?
But I was looking at lots. Like honestly, this was probably like a year or two ago. I was looking to buy lots on eBay, but it was too expensive. You know, I can't.
How much is that lot?
It's
for
just
what?
It's a lot of money for chips. You know?
How much was the lot? How much?
I don't know.
It?
There are a bunch of lots on eBay. If you type in WWE chips with a Z, a bunch of them come up, Steven.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
We should.
Guys, if you are listening to this podcast and you used to play with these poker chips, please tell me what you would do with them.
I think you're legit the only child who's played these chips ever, by the way.
It was like I maybe
don't know
played
why
with
would
them.
you buy poker chips for WWE?
They were sick.
Why did they have like stars on them? Were they like rankings?
Yeah, there was a real game.
Levels?
There was a real game that went along with them, but I never once played it. I couldn't tell you how to play it.
It was like Pokemon. Like no one plays it for real. They just buy it and sell them.
Yeah, except we didn't buy and sell. We spun them, like assholes.
Dude, this guy's selling 13 for $28. What? But it's okay. He has a 6-star Sheamus chip.
Ooh, and what color is it? Gold?
No, it's yellow.
Oh, is it? But it's not like shiny yellow.
They have a gold like Triple H one. That one looks pretty sick.
Okay.
7 stars.
These are the newer ones then. These aren't like the 09 ones, which is sad.
Oh no, there's said to be Aussie in it and like Maurice. So it's
that would probably be the 2012 one. No, this because they did 2 runs. They did 2 runs. Either way, Steven, back to Psych. Mickie James,
back to the best show ever,
has a boyfriend. Not Kenny Dykstra.
No.
And she's clearly lying to Juliet when she says she has to go what the fuck, like fix his car or some shit, you know? Mickie James can fix my car any day. Please, Mickie James, please leave.
Especially now.
Leave Tim Aldis. What does he offer? What does Tim Aldis bring to the table that I don't? Steven?
Yeah, what does Magnus have, man?
Exactly. A shit name?
I don't.
10 pounds of gold? Who the fuck cares? Okay? So, okay, Steven. Basically, Juliet is like, okay, that's kind of weird. And then she looks up above her and she sees one of the panels in the ceiling is like out of place. And so once Mickie James leaves, she climbs up and guess what she finds?
Drugs?
No, like these.
That's crazy.
It looks like thermometers. It looks like a scanner. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Usually, if in movies, when everybody puts stuff like up there, like in the ceiling panels, usually like drugs.
No, it wasn't. So, it was like a scanner.
Now it's like.
And then she was like, "Oh my gosh, there's a scanner." She called Sean and Burton, and Sean and Burton were right outside the roller derby. They were just pulling up, and she's like, "Guys, Mickie James, she's doing some shady shit. You should follow her." And Sean was like, "Do you mean the girl in this outfit?" And she was like, "Yes. How do you know that?" And he was like, "Because I'm a psychic." When in reality, they were outside.
That's so
the venue.
funny.
It was hilarious. And so then they
quirky,
follow Mickie James to where she was driving. She drove to the docks, Steven. And then she dumped a bunch of stuff into the water. And then they wait for Mickie James to leave. Exactly. They wait for Mickie James to leave. Burton and Sean go to the docks. And because by the way, when they're following Mickie James's car, guess what they see in the trunk? They see a fucking body in the trunk.
Gus. No, Gus like, yo, that's a hand. And Sean's like, no, you're stupid. That's not a hand. And he looks even closer. Wait, no, that is a hand. That's very scary.
It's
so they follow Mickie James to the river. But they don't see Mickie James because she's gone by then.
I have to tell you, it wasn't a river. It was a dock and definitely a giant lake, if not ocean. Yes.
Body of water.
Yes, large body of water.
See, Gus was arguing with Sean about something, and they lost Mickie James because of that argument.
Yeah, but basically, either way, they find her at the docks. Mickie James has freshly dumped a bunch of stuff in the ocean or lake or river. And so Mickie James leaves, they get out, they look at what it is that she dumped in the water, and there's nothing. They're like, oh, okay, I guess she didn't dump anything if we can't see it from the surface at midnight. And then
at night,
all of a sudden, floats up to the surface. It's a dead body. But it's not actually. It's a mannequin body. Yeah.
Why would mannequin bodies just be in the middle of nowhere? It's kind of random,
maybe you've stolen it from a Ross.
Oh, not the mannequins. Have you really seen that one picture, by the way, of like the mannequin at Target? It's like wearing a Jaws t-shirt and it's missing an arm.
I did see that on Twitter this week. Very good.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Is that what you would do if you still worked at Target?
Honestly, unironically, I would love to like have a mannequin just put clothes on. I think it'd be so fun.
Steven, this is a very attainable thing. We find a department store that's going out of business, we can get you a mannequin ASAP.
I'm pretty sure you can buy one on Amazon for like $100.
Hell
that's
yeah.
a lot of money.
Let's do it. That's not that
I
much.
have to wait till like they throw it out, you know?
No. I bought a mannequin
What
head
would you
from a
dress
Lord
up
and
as?
Taylor that closed down, you know?
How much for?
It was like 35
Okay, on Amazon it's 130.
for a
So you got
full-sized mannequin.
Yeah, you got dipped.
How did I get dipped? You said it's 130. I got it for $35.
Oh, 35. I think it said 135.
No, $35.
Dude, you got a steal, dude.
Yeah,
Black
I
Friday.
know. I'm not gonna pay $135
Do you
for a
still have
fucking
it?
mannequin. Yeah, it's in my kitchen.
That's nice. It just stands there.
It does.
The people comment like, "Yo, nice mannequin, bro."
No, most people don't realize it. It's really high up in my kitchen. That's sad.
Aw, I would love to get a mannequin just put like wrestling clothes on it, you know, like the fucking the new like what's that one thing, the Max Caster shirt, the scissoring on it.
Oh,
like
hell
the-
yeah.
The daddy
Scissor
ass
me
one. I
daddy?
love that
Yeah,
one.
let's go.
Yeah.
What's it called? Sam Roberts, in his basement, he has a full-size mannequin dressed up like Goldust.
Wow.
Which is pretty
Same thing
cool.
Same thing with like what's his name, Austin Theory. I saw his like basement. It's just a lot of like Marvel like costumes down there. It's really kind of
Good for
crazy.
him. Good for him.
Yeah, it's rich, you know.
But
23.
it is a floating mannequin in the water, not a dead body.
With hair.
With hair.
It's
And
crazy.
even before I realized that the mannequin was a mannequin and I still thought it was a
Mm.
dead body, I started writing down, holy shit, I like it way better when the wrestlers are innocent people, not like part of the bad guys in the show. Because,
They just can't act.
yeah, I liked when The Miz
Great.
was like, just like a dude, you know, just an
Just a
angry
jock,
dude.
just like
yeah.
a beef head.
Mm-hmm.
I love him in his last episode. He just dies like halfway through. He's like gets so angry, just smashes his head on like a vase and just drops dead. It was great.
It's tough. I guess there's a pattern going, Steven. But
Yeah.
we're not there quite yet.
No.
I know, but the hot tall girl from the roller derby is watching the police scene the next morning when they're like gathering all the merchandise from the ocean. Like she's off in the distance, and she sees that Burton and Sean are there, and that makes her know because Burton and Sean have introduced themselves to the roller derby girls as the people who started the fan club for Juliet. And so
Right.
she thinks these are Juliet's fans, and now she thinks, oh my god, Juliet's fans are with the police. That's not good.
Is Juliet part of the police?
That's
Probably
a question
not.
she has to ask herself, you know?
Probably not. Probably not. There's no way, dude.
So basically Sean goes back to the store to check in on all of them. Burton's there too. And then they realize somehow, I don't fucking remember. They end up realizing, oh my gosh, it wasn't the merchandise that these robbers were after, that Mickie James was after. No. Because again, they just dumped all the merchandise in the ocean. You know, they clearly didn't
Right.
want it. What they actually were
Junk.
after were all the social security numbers and credit card numbers that the store keeps on all their guests.
Right.
Which is cool.
The thing, like, when they went to the store and saw like the little girl like shredding the papers, I legit thought she was gonna be like the villain.
Oh,
Not
she
gonna
was
lie.
so suspicious. Oh my god.
I thought it was gonna be like one of those like red herrings. You're like, oh, it's probably the derby guys, but no, it's actually the girl shredding the papers.
Mm-hmm.
And then it wasn't. And,
No, they
or
just
was it? Or was it?
maybe it's a future episode.
Maybe,
You know? Maybe it's a future episode.
But I thought she was fine. She's like, oh, I really like shredding papers. It's so fun. And she's not wrong. Shredding papers is like really fun, you know? I don't know why. Just putting it through the
Yeah.
shredder.
I'm
It's
sure it
enjoyable.
is, man. Do you have a shredder
Dude, you
at
play
home?
you play fucking poker chips like
Yeah,
Snake.
motherfucker.
You can't
I
shred
still
me.
do.
No.
Yeah.
L.
It's not
I'll
an
take.
L.
Why don't you
You're
play
an
cool?
L. You're a walking L.
Cool W merch, like the cards, super slam cards, were they? Like the physical ones?
Mm-mm. I only have a few
No.
trading cards, and they were ones my uncle gave me. So they're all from like the early 2000s and 90s, and my uncle only saved the ones that with like really naked women on them. So I got like Trish Stratus
Pretty base.
and
You
Jacqueline.
specifically save the one with the women on it. That's awesome.
It's all either ones with women in bikinis, or
Stone Cold.
it's like ones with fabric inside of them. You know, where it's like part of the ring is cut up. You know,
Are
all
those
those
real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Are they real? Yes.
Is that what they do with like rings? They just cut
I mean,
them up?
sometimes it's more the merchandise that I have, where it's like Jeff Hardy's jacket, like, and it's like a little piece of that, you know?
Is that what they do with those like clothes? They just cut it up like that?
Yeah,
They
that's
just,
what
like,
I'm talking
put it in the
about.
warehouse forever.
I mean, I guess they cut up some of it. I don't really know, man. I got some of it, though.
Like shit. That's cool.
Who knows?
That's just be a piece of fabric they found on the ground.
Maybe.
Like, hey,
Maybe.
Chef Hardy's shirt.
I don't. Either way, I got
Right.
Stacy Keibler's body on
Shirt?
a lot of them.
Yo.
I would love a
Was
Stacy
she the girl?
Keibler shirt. Oh my god.
Was she the girl back then, Stacey Keibler?
She was the girl for me. Oh my god.
Oh, 2003? Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Steven.
Was she the one with the storyline with, like, fucking some girl's dad?
Yes, I believe she was the one
Okay.
fucking Trish Stratus's dad, wasn't? No, it wasn't her
was
actually.
Donna
I don't-
Marie, right?
Yeah, it was not
Yeah.
Stacy Keibler.
Where he died from a heart attack, I think?
Yeah.
Like, in the story?
Miss Tori Wilson. Tori Wilson was the girl. It was her dad
Oh.
and Dawn Marie. Yeah.
Oh, we should watch that.
Yeah, I'm
next.
really glad our wrestling knowledge could
Yeah.
just come together to figure that stuff out, Steven. It's just
like Psych.
it really is.
Psych. We're just like it.
Oh, we really are. And so basically they realize, oh my gosh, they're after security number, the social security numbers. And then they try to tell Juliet, but Juliet has her phone cut out because she gets abducted by all of the roller derby girls. And then Sean and Burton show up to the roller derby that night. And they're like, holy shit, hopefully Juliet's okay. I think she may have been abducted by the roller derby girls.
Oh
And
my gosh.
Then they see Mickie James's van. And they're like, oh, let's break into this. And then they do.
Did Mickie James murder Juliet?
They find a body in the trunk. Steven,
And she's
this,
like,
this
"Fuck,
isn't
dude."
the mannequin body.
No.
This is a real dead body.
No.
And it's
Don't tell me.
they turn her head to the side. Steven, Mickie James has passed away.
Oh, thank God it wasn't
Steven,
Juliet,
it's a
dude.
dead Mickie James. What do you mean, thank God? This is
such
a
weird
tragedy.
reaction, by the way. Because, like, Mickie James just dies, like, for real in the episode. And Sean's like, oh, thank goodness it wasn't the girl,
tone
you know?
of the
That's pretty
show
sick.
is so lighthearted for a woman being murdered. It is so
weird.
happy. They're so happy when they see Mickie James has been killed. Like, it is crazy shit,
I
Steven.
mean, they had like Gus playing like the straight man, right? But Sean's legit just a psychopath, you know? Like, the guy's like, oh, thank God this woman wasn't murdered. And Gus is like, dude, this woman was murdered, like other woman was killed. You know, her life was taken away. And Sean's like, well, would you rather have be someone we do know?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell
or someone we
Juliet that
don't
you
know?
fucking hate her and you want her dead. That's what Sean
know.
said. That's fucking crazy.
It's so weird.
But then
Ah.
we cut the Indian interior of the roller derby arena. And one
Yeah.
way or another is playing. USA is sparing no expenses, Steven. We're getting that licensed music, baby. It's crazy.
Let's go.
And then we see the actual roller derby going on. And Juliet's own teammates are beating her up, which is cool.
They're just
Burton then...
destroying her, dude. They're tackling her and shit. It was sick.
They are.
tagged a sticker on her. Because in this universe, tagging stickers and roller derbying means you're about to get fucked.
Yeah, you
just gonna get
place like
wrecked.
a piece of tape on their back, and that's how your teammates know to beat them up, which I thought was really funny. This is a wrestling episode because it's very similar to back in the days of the carnival, Steven. The term, the M word, I don't want to say it. Mark.
What?
That word.
Dude, you can't say the hard
I'm
M,
sorry.
dude. Come
I'm
on.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
Arc. What do you mean hard M? It'd be a hard K.
Okay. Hard K at the end.
A mock. That's how the mock. Well, basically, Steven, I think it's interesting because back in the carnival days, a mark where that term comes from is that the different carnival barkers, if someone were a really easy target, if they were very susceptible to falling for your tricks, you would pat them on the back with chalk so all the other barkers would know, okay, let me challenge them and then have them
Let's
come up
fuck
my
this guy
booth
up.
so I can steal his fucking money. Yeah.
Let's fuck this dude.
And that's how the term came to be. You know, and
Me and the boys, we're about to rob this guy. I'm so excited.
me and the boys in our carnival pinstripes.
Dude, that's being robbed by like wrestlers from like the circus. Almost really suck, dude.
Oh yeah. Well, you know they weren't really robbing them, right? Like they were just gonna like
Nah.
swindle them. Like,
Nah.
okay.
For real.
Yeah. Just armed robbery. It's cool.
Yeah. But their guns are like their muscles. It's like,
Ooh.
I'm about
It's all the
to
strong
punch you,
men
man.
doing it. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
Aw.
that's what they're doing to Juliet. They're aiming their guns at her.
Picking her to get fucking murdered.
But Burton's like, oh my gosh, I have to save Juliet. I've been a terrible partner this entire
I
episode.
haven't been doing anything
And
this
so he's like,
episode.
let me
go do something real
overcompensate by
quick."
putting my life on the line.
Yeah.
So he goes onto the field to save fucking Juliet. And then like everyone starts piling up on one another, and then fucking, I don't know, I guess they technically have enough evidence to arrest the girls, so the police show up and they do. Yeah, I don't.
Well, I guess like a dead body. Well, they didn't know about the dead body, but the cops did, right? They didn't know
I
about it
don't
yet.
know how it all worked out, but eventually they were like, okay, let's arrest the girls. We have evidence. And then in the parking lot, as they're arresting them, Sean is like, there was one other suspect I'm trying to think of. Oh, that's right, Mickie James. But you can't arrest her because she's dead in that car.
She got the life sentence to hell.
So true. Rest in peace, dear sweet
It's
Mickie
weird because
James.
like I thought this was like a mystery show where like you're supposed to solve like the mystery with them, but they never like they solved the mystery like in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, honestly, fucking
You know?
James Roday is overpowered as fuck, okay? Like, that really,
Honestly.
this show is not balanced,
Like
okay?
Sherlock has nothing against this dude, man. This is Sean can just
He
solve mysteries
simply has
looking
to
at
have a
stuff.
migraine, and he knows all the answers. It's crazy.
Right. It's like so Raven's like,
oh,
all right, you gotta
yeah.
tell the future guys.
I forgot to mention, when Burton started skating out onto the field to save Juliet, he just started
Mm-hmm.
waylaying women, okay? Just beating the shit out of them, which is awesome.
I love this.
Yeah.
This is great. Remember when like Baron Corbin like did his finisher on Becky Lynch? It was like awesome.
The end of days?
People
Hell
complained about
yeah.
it.
Again,
People
that was a
complained about
tag
being like,
team
oh, you
match.
can't do this against women.
That was
You can't do this.
That was summer 2019. Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans versus Seth and Becky. That
great
feud
match.
was a large part of me never watching wrestling again.
I think that was like one of the feuds that made people like turn off of Seth Rollins, right? For a bit.
Yeah. Well, him and Becky being together, which I don't think either of them wanted.
Well, I think it's because like people want to date Becky, like me, you know. And what does Seth have that I don't, you know?
You still
abs,
can, Steven.
money,
Seth is gonna cheat.
hair.
You know, you're okay. You can get in there.
Dick pics leaked on the internet, you know.
Can I leak
That's
your
why I
dick
don't
pics on
have.
the internet?
Up, down, down champion right now.
Steven, I have an important question. I have a really important question. Steven, have you ever taken a dick pic?
What's this is sexual harassment, dude? I don't support it.
That's a yes, guys. Guys, hack into Steven's iCloud. Please
Hack
get
into
his
my
dick
phone.
pics. Please.
Hack it to my icon. I dare you guys.
Who'd you send them to? Or did you just take them for
Can't
you?
say.
You just took them for you?
Is that the thing people do? Just take a dick pic. All right. This
Oh,
is going on
a
my
good
wall now,
one. Let me
guys.
save that. Yeah, no, I do that all the
This-
time, man.
This is a good dick pic, man. Let me
Guys,
just
hack
look at
into
it.
my iCloud if you want my dick pics. Hack
We'll
into
see who
both
gets
our
more
iClouds.
hacks.
Exactly.
All right. Whoever gets more F2As in their phones will know.
Hell yeah. So Steven.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, they're arresting all the girls, and then just the show again. It's so lighthearted for Mickie James having just been murdered.
It's so weird because the joke is that this woman is dead, and Sean's like, "That's so funny, guys, that she's murdered." You know,
It's
That's
hilarious,
awesome.
bro. And then we cut to the epilogue of the episode, like post murders and arrests, and
This credit scene.
and Juliet and Sean, they show up to the roller derby. Well, actually, Juliet shows up because she's returning her skates, but Sean is already there actually, all alone in the dark roller derby arena. And then he points up to the rafters, and his dad is there, and he starts playing music, and then the two of them start skating together, and it's very sweet.
Oh, but then Sean doesn't know how to skate, so he just falls a bunch.
Yo, motherfucker! I don't think James Roday, the actor, knows how to skate. He is either a very good actor, but I don't think he knows how to roller
It's just
skate.
a rib.
Yes.
It's just the rib from like the producers. Like, all right, you're gonna skate in this scene. We're not gonna teach you how. You're just gonna do it.
Because I don't think he's supposed to be skating a little bit bad, and he's like, haha, I'm just joking with you. But then after he's like the just joking with you part, he's still skating bad. He's still skating
you know,
piss poor.
It reminds me of when I ice skated for the first time in my life. in New
Yo,
York City, you know?
ice skating was so
Pretty
sweet,
great.
Steven. That
Dude,
was...
it was so scary because like I was like going because I wanted to learn how to skate, right?
Yeah.
But I was like going against the wall and the rails, like holding on, you know, as you should. Motherfuckers just stand on the fucking rails, you know. So I had to like learn how to like go
Get around
around
them.
them. So I got really good at turning, but not going straight.
You were
That's so
good.
funny.
You were good by the end. But after
Yeah.
like our hour and a half or whatever we were fucking skating for.
Yeah.
You were.
I mean, I
you
did
were-
fall and like do the splits a bunch of times. That kind of sucked, but besides
happens.
that,
It happens to the best.
I did
of
learn
us.
how to turn on roller skates. That was pretty sick.
I like where 4 of us were holding on to you, and you did really
Awesome.
well until we let
More
go.
people were holding on to me, and then I fell down immediately.
and caused
when
a
we let go.
4-person pile up. It was
It
fucked up,
sick.
Steven. Yeah.
Honestly, that's the fun part, just getting hurt, you know?
It really is. It
It's like
really
roller
is. Having
derby.
people laugh at you. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no.
I mean, at least I'm not a fucking loser standing on a rail, you know? Like,
Yeah,
move, dude.
honestly.
Like, why'd you buy tickets to roller skate if you're just gonna stand, you know? You can do that already for
Exactly.
free. Just stand.
Exactly. Well,
well.
Steven, we were
well.
holding hands that night when you were learning to ice skate.
Or hold handing.
And I actually,
squeezes.
I need your help here, okay? Because this
Okay.
scene where they're at the roller rink, okay? They're like joking about not holding each other's hands, right? Like Juliet's like, haha, you can't hold my hand yet. And then Sean is like,
'cause you're gay.
I'm gonna hold your hand. Yep. And so, but basically, like, there's like a nice little end part, and I looked away for
Yeah.
like 1 second, and then it cut to an advertisement. Did they end up holding hands by the end of the scene or no?
Might have just cut, honestly.
So they didn't
to, like,
hold
an
hands?
ad or something.
Yes or no?
Maybe. I can look at it right now on Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah, please see if they held hands,
know.
because this is important. Because if they did, that's
Oh,
their first time
speaking,
holding hands.
Speaking of, by the way, remember how we were talking about the roller derbies near us? There's a lot in Austin, apparently.
Yo!
Yeah, so good for you.
Are they like girl roller derbies or guy roller derbies or co-ed roller derbies or what?
Maybe it's like both.
I hope co-ed. I want to see Burton out there fucking clotheslining girls.
You just want to destroy women on the roller derbying
Yeah, a little bit.
on the streets, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
That
I
sounds
have the
fun.
episode. Let me skip to the end. Did you have any thoughts about this episode, or?
Well, there's actually still another scene. Did you not see
Was
it? Did you
there?
skip it? Yeah.
There was skipped it. Was it post credits?
No,
Oh,
no.
I do know
no.
what you're talking about. I do know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
There's another scene back at the psych office, and Burton
Uh-huh.
is trying to get online to finally take his pharmaceutical exam. And then
Uh-huh.
Sean is like, "Oh, sorry, buddy, you can't do that." And Burton's like, "What the fuck? I can't log in." And Sean says, "Yeah, I already took the exam for you. You passed." And Burton's like, "What the heck? So I studied for nothing?" And
Uh-huh.
Sean says, "Yes." And then they just start chasing each other. So, is that their thing? Is that how they end every episode? Is they chase each other? Because I remember
Okay, so they do actually hold hands. They do hold hands.
they do. Aww,
Aww.
that's so
Aww.
sweet. Which
Too bad Sean's an
confirmed
awful guy.
Psych lore. Sean and Juliet fucked before they held hands. That's disgusting.
That probably is canon, by the way.
Yeah.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
I assume like the end is always just like Sean just being a dick with Gus, right? Just being lol random, I guess.
I don't know. The end of the last episode wasn't them being a dick, right? It was like, I just
Well,
remember
Sean
them
was a
chasing
dick.
each other on like the before they almost
maybe that's
died.
their thing.
Jumping
They're
out
just
of the
like
plane.
two dude bros, you know, chasing stuff.
Maybe.
That's funny.
It was
Running.
hilarious. It was hilarious. This episode
Yeah.
wasn't quite as charming as the season 6
I didn't
episode
think
with the
they knew
Miz,
what they were. I didn't think they knew what they wanted for the show yet.
which is tough in
3 seasons
season
in,
3.
you know?
Yeah.
Honestly, though, like I thought it was a pretty nice episode. Like I thought it was a fine show.
Yeah, shout out to
I
Mickie
hate it.
James. Rest in peace, my love.
James legit just died this episode.
Yeah.
Poor family's like grieving. Her poor boyfriend's probably like crying
No,
that
he's
her
still stuck on the
that his
road to this day.
girlfriend was like a murdering thief.
Well, she wasn't the
killed.
murderer. She was just murdered.
We don't know.
Well, we assume she wasn't the murderer. You're right. You're right.
Maybe.
But no, I don't think it was quite as charming, but I still really enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed it more than
Yeah.
watching Lucha Underground, if that says anything.
What? That's what our
Um,
podcast is about. It's the best wrestling show
No,
ever.
we're gonna switch over to a psych podcast real soon, Steven. Okay, if we do one
Yeah,
more
following
rando,
Psych.
if our next
Following
rando
Pineapples.
is another
Yeah.
episode of Psych, we are switching. Guys,
Psychcast.
this is official. If our next rando is Psych, we are no longer a Lucha Underground podcast. I mean
We're
that
switching-
with full sincerity.
Switching brands.
Yes.
No more Wrestling Society X podcast. Now
Nope.
we're following Pineapple. Is that what it's called? I assume Following Psych's been taken. Maybe not.
No, why would that have been
I
taken?
assume-
Why would
For
that
like
have been taken?
Like a psychology podcast where they talk about psychology. Maybe. I don't know.
We'll still be following Lucha, but we'll just
Yeah.
go from red to green.
Do we watch any
You
other
know?
Lucha stuff that's not
That'd
like
be
Lucha
so bad
Underground?
if our logo was green. Oh my! Whoa! Would it be
We
bad?
should do like a pineapple, you know?
Yo! We
Lucha
just put the
mask.
grass on top of his head.
Yeah,
That'd be
kinda
sick. It just
He already
blocks
has
more
lines
of
in
me,
his
makes the
face
TikToks
anyways.
even more hard to edit. That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Your poor face. It's like I have to like crop it to like
I know
the
it's
top
tough.
of the logo. It's like the worst thing ever.
I know. It makes me look so fat every week. It's just
Why you're always so
zoomed
close
in.
to the camera, by the way. 'Cause
I hate
zoomed
it
all the way.
I hate it so much, but
Just get better like positioning in your camera, man. You know, have you seen me in the early episode like tiny?
that's all your. Sorry, let me do you in
crazy.
the early episode. This is what it was in the early episodes for you, Steven.
I'm just this tiny man. It was great. Good days. With the shitty haircut, it was awesome, guys.
It was awesome. Great. Old school Following Lucha, best Following Lucha.
Back when it was like the weird format where we were in the corner.
In the corner, because we thought we were gonna have footage of Lucha Underground playing too. Remember?
Right. Dude, I remember like back then we wanted to do like an intro, like this match is scheduled. No, it's this podcast is scheduled for one fall.
Following Lucha is set for one fall. One fall.
Yeah, that was such a gimmick. That would have been such a stupid gimmick.
Yeah, our brows aren't gimmicks at all.
I like the brows though.
I love them. Yeah,
because it lets us cut, and we can like text people.
Yeah. Well, are you ready to cut to our week of for September 5th, 2008, or do you have any other commentary about Psych?
I like the theme song.
Yeah, me too, man. Let's get to it.
Played like Space Age Love Song, by the way, which is really weird.
What?
Yeah, like in the roller derby scene, like in the end.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. But Steven,
nice song,
it's time to transition. Yo, Steven.
Yo.
It is time for us to recap the week of professional wrestling from when that episode of Psych aired. Well, I just said it. It was September 5th of 2008. And what
it's very exciting in 2008, by the way, because I don't know what happened in 2008.
What were you doing in 2008? Because I was a fresh 8-year-old around this time. Okay.
Yeah. What did I do on 958? Let me think. What was I doing? What grade is this?
I would have like just discovered wrestling around this time. It was late
I don't think I knew about wrestling yet either. Maybe.
And
I think I started wrestling around like 2009 or 8ish, something like that. Era.
Because WrestleMania 25 was the first Mania I watched, and that was 09. So it was right around this time I would have found wrestling. The first feud I remember in wrestling was the Hardy versus Hardy, and I was so little I couldn't comprehend anything. But I remember just a vivid memory of like, what the fuck? How are they allowing this on TV? That guy killed his dog and burnt down his house.
What? That's not very TV friendly.
Do you remember that Hardy storyline, Steven? Where legit, they were like...
The Matt vs. Jeff one where it's like sad.
Where Matt burnt down Jeff's house and killed his dog.
Good. Did that happen in real life?
Well, Jeff's house burnt down, but believe it or not, it wasn't Matt who set it ablaze. What?
Who did it? Was it Jeff?
Probably the dog. I don't know who did it, man.
Did the dog set himself on fire in the house?
I will set myself on fire.
Stupid dog. Why'd you burn down that house? Sorry, Jeff. Well, I can't be sorry because he's dead.
Rest in peace, Jeff's dog.
Really sucked when we were making fun of this dead dog, you know? Like, that's an
He's been gone for a while, man. It's okay. He's moved on.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We're just like Sean. We hate him, but we are him.
So true.
We're awful people.
I hate Jeff's dog. You're so right, Steven. And so one other person who died in 2008 around this time is Killer Kowalski.
Wow, who is that?
Well, he passed away at age 8. You don't know who Killer Kowalski is?
No.
He's an old school wrestler from like the 60s, and he trained Triple H.
I don't know him.
Well, he trained Triple H. That's like his claim to fame now.
Was he a good wrestler?
I don't fucking know. He was a vegetarian, apparently. He claims he was the only vegetarian wrestler in the 60s.
I really doubt that, but maybe.
60s,
well, I don't know. Everyone's like
that
jacked
many
back
wrestlers.
Then,
yeah.
Like
there weren't
roids.
a lot of ways to get big and not eat meat back then, I feel like, you know?
Yeah, roids and meat, right? I used some like white meat and chicken.
But the point is, he also trained China. He trained Kofi Kingston, Fandango, Tommaso Ciampa. So
a lot of people at that.
Yeah, but Triple H, of course, being the biggest.
2008? He died in 2008?
He died in 2008 at age 81. He had a knee injury.
How long was Fandango like wrestling for?
I don't fucking know.
I
feel like Ciampa's the more pressing one out of that bunch. Ciampa's not even 40.
No, Ciampa had a segment of Undertaker back then.
Oh, shit, you're right.
Remember that?
Johnny Curtis probably had a segment in like 05 or something, though.
Oh, probably. He's probably like one of those like lifers for like 10 years where they didn't get put in the main roster for like 10 years, you know?
Kofi's a crazy one. I didn't think Kofi was trained that long ago.
Well, he had a TNA run, didn't he? Kofi?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't remember.
Maybe.
Aren't they like R-Truth? I might be thinking
R-Truth definitely had a TNA run, yeah.
Ron Killings, yeah.
But, Steven, Killer Kowalski had a knee injury, and then they brought him to the hospital. And in the hospital, he had a heart attack. And then he was put on life support, and then his family took him off life support. And that is how Killer Kowalski met his demise, which is sad.
Wait, how?
a knee injury that led to a heart attack that led to a coma.
How does that work?
I don't really know, man. I'm gonna be honest. I just took what the blog said, which we couldn't use Wrestling News Blog this week. They didn't exist in 08. I'm sorry.
How'd you do it? What'd you do this week?
I used WrestlingNewsSpot.com, I think.
Is it so active?
Yeah. And so
Man,
they weren't.
I don't like this site.
No, it was clearly written by a man, and I don't appreciate a man's perspective. So
Honestly, I think the women's perspective is more cool because like she does like more unique stories, you know.
I love it too because she's clearly illiterate and doesn't know how to spell half the words she writes. I love her,
man. She's trying.
Yeah, she is. She's
Love her.
doing her best.
We should contact her one day, telling her we rip off her content.
Well, seeing as I just called her illiterate, I'm probably not gonna do that for a while.
We do advertiser, so go to our blog, guys.
Yeah, guys, actually go check out Wrestling News Blog. The lady over there is
spoil
great.
yourself in the next story of the week.
I mean, she still updates stuff currently. You can do current events with we should switch over. I've been just using like WrestlingInc.com. I should be using Wrestling News Blogs for the current events.
Yeah. Well, Wrestling Inc. is kind of boring, you know. It's just tweets and stuff, you know.
Wrestling Inc. is fucking.
Like
There's so
big
much
titles.
shit to sift through. Okay, to find good stories. Oh my god.
All of it's just like Sean Ross Sap tweets or like Meltzer tweets too.
Exactly. It's not even fucking original. Oh my god. I hate
Boring.
it. But
I hate
also,
wrestling like journalism. I'm gonna be honest.
it's tough. In
Doesn't
September,
exist.
I could do so well at that job, Steven. I read those articles on
Yeah.
Wrestling Inc. from today, and these
Yeah.
motherfuckers don't know how to write a journalistic article.
Did you know a guy who actually works for Wrestling Inc?
Was that Wrestling Inc. that he worked for or a different one?
I don't remember.
I don't know. He's good.
I know,
if he
like-
went to Newhouse,
Yeah.
he knows how to write. Okay, Liam Crowley,
Okay.
he's fucking awesome.
Yeah. That guy, homie.
Hell yeah,
Maybe,
he
I don't
actually
know.
just left, I think. That and
So we
whatever.
could get him on a podcast to guest star.
Maybe he said he has a
Former
big
wrestling
announcement coming up.
journalist.
I hope he is working with WWE.
World culture.
Please.
That's what you're working for.
It's sad.
Is that bad? World culture is like pretty popular, right? I don't know.
I mean, they were when we were like 14. You know,
Maybe. Well, I say woke culture. It's really just one guy who was popular.
Adam the Blampied.
Yeah, the guy
Yeah.
who, like used his power to get.
It's
nudes.
so crazy that they almost like fucking had a revolution with like Pacitti and Jack the Jobber and
I
Ross.
love that like intro they made of them like burning stuff down, and then nope, guys.
Nope.
Adam
1
got
week in
outed.
the
We can't do this
Cultaholic,
anymore.
yep. Oh yeah, that's
Poor
tough.
Cultaholic died like immediately.
Yep, that's tough. I mean, good
okay.
for them. They're still going today. Like that's awesome, but you know,
Yeah.
it's so crazy to me. Like the older I get, the more I realize like people getting big on the internet, like it's all it's just fads. Like you're big for like maybe a couple years at most, and
Yeah,
then
like us, we're fads.
yeah, is that what we are? We've
Yeah.
already hit our peak.
We
This
hit our
is
peak already.
So
man.
sad.
This stinks.
Shit, we hit our peak today at the time of this recording when we uploaded our Zeb
true.
video. That's when we hit
That
our
video
peak.
is so stupid. I love it.
Hell yeah.
Too bad it makes no sense in context. And see, I think the thing is like it's probably hinting towards like something we're doing with Zeb, but it's never gonna lead into anything.
No, we're getting Zeb on the podcast, guys. We've been meaning to
Dude,
tell
that'd be
you.
so stupid. I love Zeb on the podcast. Oh my god, that'd be awesome.
He's getting old. We got to get him on now while we can, man.
Honestly, I would fucking love it, man. If I can have like one wrestler, like personality, not wrestler, wrestling personality, it'd be Zeb.
I'm
We can talk
picking
about, like,
Trevor.
politics of him. Trevor?
hmm
Yeah, but I feel like Trevor has to give like safe answers, you know?
I want Trevor the week he's fired by WWE.
Oh, you
You know, I want him
immediately on our
freshly fired.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where who he comes to instead of
What
like
do you think,
Renee
man?
Young, he comes to us to give all the dirt.
What do you feel bad? You think?
No, he
What do
wouldn't.
you?
No.
That's a nice dude, right?
But in 2008, around the same time Killer Kowalski passed away, Shawn Michaels tore his tricep, joining John Cena, Edge, and Randy Orton on the injured list. Crazy.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It's
Who was the guy at
insane.
the time?
The champ, was it Jericho or some shit? I don't know.
Oh man, that stinks. Poor 2008 Jericho.
In 2008, Jericho was badass. What do you mean?
That was the running guy.
Well, I mean, left after all. I mean, Batista was around, I think, still.
I felt like Jeff Hardy would be like the one already during this time.
Actually, I wrote down the main events for SmackDown and Raw from this week. Do you want to hear them?
Okay.
So
Yeah, what is it?
The main event from Raw was Kane defeating Batista, John Bradshaw Layfield, and CM Punk in a 4-way battle royal.
So
What?
lame.
Also, poor CM Punk. Why is CM Punk in that match with
Oh,
three
CM Punk?
giants?
Well, CM Punk is probably like the guy they wanted to, because I remember like CM Punk was always gonna be like the guy they pushed up, kind of, you know. Like he was never really like mid card jobber yet status ever.
I don't know.
It was,
It
like,
just feels
kinda
unfair, and he
pushed
did
that upper
lose.
middle.
Again, Kane won this 4-person battle royal.
I love they picked 4 guys for battle royale.
Like, that's not a thing. Why is that a
That's
thing?
so stupid.
The match lasted 4 minutes and 17 seconds.
A good paycheck, man. You know, just 4 minutes just to go over a rope.
Which it
Pretty
was
sick.
Raw, meaning it was live. Do you think like another match went over? You know, and then
Maybe it's like a promo after, like one of those segments. You know, like those 30-minute segments.
you think
maybe it's like
so?
one of
There was a
those. Maybe it's like
30-minute promo,
maybe-
a 30-minute
maybe it's like
promo
another,
battle
like,
between
the-
these 4 before they battle
Maybe.
royaled.
It was like another like "This Is Your Life." I don't know,
Hmm.
Jericho segment. You know.
Hmm.
By the way, I love how they always make like a "This Is Your Life" segment. Since like the Mankind one with The Rock, they just always have to keep making them.
You see that
and
someone-
they're never as good.
Someone tweeted out something about how it's been like however many years since This Is Your Life Bailey was taken down from the WWE YouTube channel, and like that
Wait,
day.
did it?
They took it down years
What?
ago because it got so many like dislikes
Why?
or whatever.
They
But then
care about that?
they just uploaded it.
Thank
Again.
God.
I know. Thank Christ.
Thank goodness.
Mhm.
That was so sick.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Mick Foley severed his ties with WWE around this time as his contract officially expired.
No.
My first exposure to Mick Foley would be in a Target toy section as he had TNA figures on the shelves.
You met him at TNA Target?
What? No, I discovered
section?
who Mick Foley was based off his TNA
Oh.
toy hanging on the shelves in the Target.
Oh.
Or a
It's like I
Walmart.
discovered. Just like when I discovered Trent Beretta by watching Superstars
Yo.
as the Dude Busters.
Yo. Kalen
That's
Croft,
sick.
where you at?
Where
Let's
is
go.
he?
He's a
I
school
don't know.
teacher now.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it is
That's
pretty nice.
Remember, like Trent ? Was like his thing. Like, where's Trent, guys?
For
We never
years,
found
yeah.
out.
I love that his Twitter username has been Trenty Locks for as long as I can imagine or remember.
Good
It's
for Trent.
crazy. Yeah,
I love Trent.
he's pretty cool. He's also very clearly like right-leaning, based off of his likes on Twitter, and they always
Hey.
pop up. And I'm always waiting for the other shoe to drop when someone outs Trent Beretta, you know. But we're not
They
there
just have
yet.
a out for them. They're gonna out him for being Republican. That's his biggest sin. Yeah.
But Conan is in court currently against TNA, Total Nonstop Action.
What?
Yeah, he claims that there was
He
racism.
wasn't really happy when he saw the title of Conan, by the way.
Yeah. The claims of racism, pressure to use drugs, and he claimed that he deserved the rights to the LAX name.
Was he part of LAX?
Yes, he's like the guy who created LAX. What do you mean?
Oh, I didn't watch TNA at the time.
What the
I didn't
hell,
watch, like,
Steven? And
I didn't watch Jeff Jarrett.
like
TNA.
you don't remember Hernandez?
I don't care enough
What the
about
fuck?
LAX. I'm gonna be
Super
honest.
Max Hernandez? He lives in San Antonio. He's there all the time.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I should meet him.
He looks
Maybe
like-
I have met him, and I just didn't know who he was.
Tall, bald dude. He was.
There's a possibility.
I mean, you'll see
you
him
know?
in Lucha Underground soon enough, Steven. I hate
Thank
to give you these
goodness.
spoilers, I know.
Oh my gosh, why do you keep spoiling stuff, man?
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
I got spoiled in the last champion for some YouTube video, you know?
No, on
I'm
the-
not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to that ending, you know?
No, forget it. You erase it from your mind. But apparently, this week the courts dismissed Conan's claims to the LAX name. They're like, dude, no, you can't have that. And so that's
Well,
tough.
once an airport, so kind of tough already, you know?
It is. It is a little
Yeah.
tough. But, Steven, even more pressing than that, Montel Vontavious Porter has heat backstage. Okay?
Still?
Still to this day.
That's crazy.
But no, he had heat back in 2008 because WWE
Uh-huh.
had just instituted mandatory piss tests, right?
Oh no!
Uh-huh.
Evan Borg sweats
No.
immediately.
But apparently,
Oh.
MVP was giving attitude to the piss test taker.
Makes sense.
Because, you know, when you get a piss test, someone has to stand in the room with you when you piss, so you can't fake it,
Really?
right? Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I just did it by myself,
Well, I mean,
like in a bathroom.
you
Maybe
know,
it's like different back then.
for some fucking
2008.
a job at Six Flags, they don't really
No, it
probably
was a
care.
job at a construction company,
Well, even for that, right? But
like
with
a
the
billion-dollar
wrestlers-
company in the top 500.
the wrestlers who are likely to be using steroids, okay? They have a person like making sure they're pissing in front of them, right?
Yeah, I see the penis.
You got to see the penis, man. And so
If it's yours or not.
What?
If it's your real penis.
Oh, I thought you asked, is this yours or not?
About?
I don't know what you were saying.
What?
But apparently the piss monitor for MVP was there watching him, and MVP looked at him and he said, "Hey, piss monitor, did you go to college?" And the piss monitor said, "Yes, I did." And so MVP said, "So you went to 4 years to watch me piss?"
Oh, I was just gonna watch my penis.
To watch my penis?
I would have said that. Yeah, you spent 4 years to see my penis.
You spent 4 years in college to watch my penis.
And then he gets headshotted for being gay by Taker.
So true, so true. He was right there watching. It was all set up. Any wrestler who's willing to piss in front of the monitor, Undertaker comes out and says, "Guys, this is unacceptable. This is too gay."
All right, you're getting chair shotted right now, buddy.
Damn, with his pants down and everything. That's crazy. I like to think that MVP pulls his pants all the way down for his piss test. Like a first grader at a urinal. Yeah, it's awesome.
MVP.
So yeah, that's cool that you had a piss test though. You know?
Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, did you pass?
I love peeing. I don't know. I don't think they tell you the results.
No, they definitely do, Steven.
No, they don't. They tell like your people who hire you, so I assume I did, but they don't tell you directly. Very interesting.
Did you go
to
like...
If they tell you, you know, about your results, and if they're fake, like, oh, if they tell you that you failed, right, you're probably just like, oh, maybe. I guess I can do another one.
Did you go to the place at the Rim? That's where I went for my piss test, was at the Rim.
I went to some random Baptist hospital.
Oh, guys, sorry. Steven wants me to explain inside references. The Rim is a shopping center in San Antonio, Texas, very close to where Steven and I grew up.
If you don't know where the Rim is, it's a San Antonio place, guys.
Only San Antonians would know. James Roday, he would know.
Shawn Michaels,
he would know.
He might know.
What?
I don't know if he does or not. Does
he
still live here?
So know. He doesn't live here now, but he did until like 2017, 2018.
Okay, that's pretty recent, yeah. Yeah. You think Shawn Michaels has been to the Alamo?
Michael Cole, he would know. He lives in Bernie.
Would he?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. Apparently, it's a lot of rich people live in Bernie, like in mansions. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a tax thing, right?
Maybe. I don't know. One time when I was really obsessed with Michael Cole and I wanted to like meet him so I could become a wrestling commentator.
With Michael Cole.
Yeah. I found his address online. It's very easily Googleable if you want to find Michael Cole's address.
You as a child was like, yo, I'm gonna look up his address and go there.
I wasn't a child. I was 18. Michael Sean Coulthard is his real name if you're interested.
Well, it's not doxing. That's out there already.
Yeah, honestly. He went to Syracuse University.
Did he?
And that's why in his match at WrestleMania, he wore an orange singlet. He was paying homage to his alma mater.
Aw, man, good for Michael Cole.
I know.
I'm also a coal miner.
Yeah, me too. I have the only Michael Cole action figure ever created, so...
Wow, good for you.
Eat your heart out.
You know I have?
What's that?
Nothing.
Both the only Tucker action figures that were created?
I have both Tucker figures? That was pretty cool, you know?
That's some badass shit, Steven.
Oh, speaking of figures, I think we should watch one day, was it the Slam show, Slam City? Like the shorts? We should watch that one day.
Do we have the prank show on our list of shows to watch?
I don't think
Swerved? So. We should have Swerved on the list.
Damn it. You want to put Slam City too? You want to watch a kid show?
Sure, man. Camp WWE, we can put that on the list. Nope. Not unless
it's like an hour long or like 30
I could do that.
10 minutes.
I could do that. Yeah. Camp WWE we can put on the list. Legends House. We got a lot of content.
Be good actually? I don't know.
No, I tried watching it at the time. It was bad.
Is it just like Mark humor or like oh shit,
I don't know what the fuck it was. Don't say that though. Like if you're gonna say it, at least do it with a soft case even. At least say mock, okay?
The S, the smart. I gotta say the S.
Yeah, honestly.
It's not as offensive because they're smart.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Steven, in WWE in 2008 around this time, closed fist punches are finally legal again in the WWE.
Wow.
Up to a count of 5.
Before?
Apparently they were banned for a little bit. But.
So like, did they punch at all in matches or is it like?
No, you have to do it with an open hand. Like, you know how the action figures, they don't close their hand all the way? It's like that. You're punching like that.
That's like a Lego hand?
Yeah.
Have you seen that like one TikTok of like the Lego Ninjago guy, like mascot Legoland, just punching kid by accident?
No.
It's so good.
That's awesome.
Poor kid got wrecked by a Lego.
That's so sad.
Man.
That's so sad. That's very funny. But oh, by the way, I forgot we talked about the Raw main event. We never talked about the SmackDown main event.
What?
This is my final story from the week. It was really hard to find news without wrestling news blog lady. I miss her. But Triple H defeated the Great Khali with Ranjan Singh in a lumberjack match in 9 minutes and 56 seconds.
That must be a really good match.
Yep.
Good 90 minutes right there, man.
Yes, I am sure it was great. Who do you think the lumberjacks were? I don't have them written down, but who do you think they were?
Probably one was Kane Dykstra, right? I assume.
Maybe Charlie Haas was maybe one of them.
Maybe like a Hardy. Maybe
Yo,
Hardcore
shout out
Holly?
to Charlie Haas and his children. He has like a 10-year-old and like a 8-year-old, and he makes them wrestle on indie shows. It's awesome.
How does that work?
I don't know, but I
just
saw it
being,
live.
Are they just being forced to become wrestlers by their parents?
Well, I
Or
think
they
they're both
wanna do
amateur
it?
wrestlers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Like Logan Paul was an amateur wrestler as well.
You know, you got to get them that
Logan
body
Paul.
dysmorphia and those really harmful weight
Like
cutting
Austin
habits
Theory.
as soon as possible.
Like you find him as a child. All right, you're gonna be a wrestler one day, the kid. Okay.
Exactly.
Work out super hard and be really jacked by that time.
Exactly. It'll work out.
Yeah.
But those are all my events from '08, Steven. Can you pull out anything of just your memory? We didn't really talk about what you were doing in
or
08.
something. You know, probably DUI of like Jeff or something. I don't know.
Probably.
I shouldn't joke about that.
It's not a joke. It was probably true.
Probably did happen though.
Let's see. What was 8-year-old Jacy doing? Shit.
I think it's like Pokemon or something.
I was in
Pokemon
the
cards,
3rd
maybe?
grade. I had just moved schools.
Wow.
I know.
Good for you.
It's crazy.
Impressive.
It's pretty impressive.
What was it in the 3rd grade? I don't remember.
You would have been 8 and 9 in the 3rd grade.
I remember like in the 5th grade, my teacher talked about watching the Royal Rumble. And I didn't want to out myself as a wrestling fan, so I told him it was fake.
Fucking
And
loser.
that guy's like, I know. Shut up.
Yeah, honestly.
Shut up, 10-year-old child.
Well, Steven, we still have more fake wrestling to talk about because we have to get to our current events for the week. You ready?
No.
Okay. Well, tell me when you are. We
I
can
am
take our
ready
time.
now.
Okay, cool. Steven!
Yes.
We have so
What up?
much news to talk about from the
Oh my
world
gosh,
of
really?
professional wrestling.
What?
I know, it's insane. Number one story on my list. It's the one and only, Steven. It is the one and only. We're going to start with our AEW news right off the bat.
Of the show or just like actual news?
A bit of both. This is like a social media exclusive. Because Daddy Magic, Matt Menard cut a promo. Okay?
What?
Did you see this promo?
I did not.
Okay. Well, it was fine. It was good.
Yeah.
But Twitter
Was it just a
cummed
promo?
themselves over it. They were like, holy shit, Matt Menard is top 5 on the microphone in all of wrestling. Oh my god,
Menard?
Matt Menard is good. Daddy Magic
Is this
had
promo that
knows.
good?
It was pretty good, but it was like, it didn't match his character, and it didn't match
his character right now?
His character is a little douche with Jericho.
Oh.
But he cut a very
Oh,
serious
it's-
promo about like his
I thought the
family.
main one was like Daniel Garcia.
I love Daniel
Jericho
Garcia.
good.
Shout out to Daniel Garcia. Shout out to Red Death, Steven. Let's go. He needs our shout out, of course.
Yeah.
But Matt Menard, yeah, he cut that promo. It was very serious about like how he was fighting for his family and shit. And
Oh, that's nice of him.
yeah,
He was a heel.
but it was just it was good. I was like, oh my gosh, it's good. But it felt a little like, he's acting. Like I don't
Really scripted and probably took multiple takes.
know about that, but it felt like, oh, he's a guy who tried to get good at promos, you know? Like that's what
Nice.
it strikes. I don't want to be a douche. I feel like I'm
Unlike
being so
Ricochet.
mean. Ooh, that's tough.
Just kidding. I like how like I don't know. Like I hear stories about like Sami Zayn going like improv classes. He got really good at like.
He
talking,
did get
like,
so
because of
good
it,
though. Sami
you know?
Zayn's incredible.
Yeah.
And Matt Menard's
honestly really
incredible with
cool.
like comedy stuff. But the
Same with like Daniel Bryan too. Didn't he do like a lot?
oh
of
my
improv stuff
god,
as well?
yeah. Daniel
And Dolph
Bryan and Sami
Ziggler.
Zayn are crazy.
You know Dolph Ziggler is like on tour with his brother sometimes
Nick?
for like comedy.
Yo,
you know, to be
Nick and
crazy. You know
Ryan?
Randy Orton's brother does like comedy.
Yo,
like,
good
stand-up
for
comedy?
him.
Like
Good
I didn't
for
know
him.
that until like one day I was on TikTok and I saw his brother
Yo.
talking about his other brother, how famous he is, but he's like a stand-up comedian.
Let's go. I just saw a TikTok about
interesting.
how a girl was like, when I was a kid, my favorite character on Shake It Up was Deuce. You remember Deuce from Shake It Up, right, Steven?
I love Deuce. You get written off?
I think so. But then she was like, and now I'm married to him, and she's married to Deuce.
That's
crazy.
really nice.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Randy Orton's wife right now.
That's how it's gonna be with me and AJ Lee. I'm gonna make that TikTok one day.
50-year-old AJ Lee and like.
I'm okay with that. I'm fine. Oh, you think AJ's 50 right now?
How old is AJ Lee?
AJ's like 10 years older than us.
Oh,
She's
good.
probably like mid-30s at the latest.
Thank goodness.
You know, there's like
And she never wants children ever.
I'm okay with that.
Do you think she sleeps in the same bed as CM Punk?
Some nights.
Some nights.
Yeah, some nights.
Yeah.
But Daddy Magic cut a promo and it was fine and people came. I was not one of them.
I like how like anyone gets like a good promo. It's like, oh, this is the best thing ever, guys. This guy right here.
It's the Cesaro effect, honestly. Like,
oh my god, have you seen the Cesaro memes with like Jack Hager in their match?
oh shit, I'm gonna come hard.
I've seen this match twice already, but this one's gonna be the one, guys. Okay, this is gonna be the real one.
Hell yeah, it is. Also in AEW news, Christian is still a bad guy. Christian still hates Jungle Boy.
Dude, I love his heel run. It's sick.
And this week he hates Matt Hardy.
Promos. Yeah. That's like the best run of his life, apparently.
That's what people are saying. Oh man, Steven, we are such assholes. We are such contrarians. We see someone have an opinion. I really like
Christian though. Christian's like my favorite wrestler, you know? I love Christian.
It's a bad take. L take.
I love Christian. How's that an L take? Christian's sick.
L take.
His TNA run was awesome, guys.
Yo, I thought for the longest time,
it was awesome.
His nickname Captain Charisma was ironic. Like, because he was so uncharismatic. Is it?
Well, the thing about Christian was he was always like a better like mic person than Edge, but Edge's was like more marketable.
We are who we are. He's not a better mic person than Edge. What are you talking about?
No, dude. Okay. Back then, dude, when his rapping stuff with Tamako, dude, that was instant, man. That was instantly.
You can't even say the motherfucker's name. You said Tamako. Okay? There's no A in there.
No, but like, I remember I looked at like Christian videos from like 2006 because people were like, "Yo, Christian back then was so over, guys. He always had the biggest pops ever, right?" And I looked back in like 2006, like Christian entrances on like Raw. I got like no reaction whatsoever.
Oh, that's tough.
Like I came out to nothing. I mean, it's cool though because his theme song is great, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. He seems like a very nice guy in real life. I think I would get along very well with real life Christian because I loved him on Edge and Christian's podcast. I thought he was just so quiet and awkward, but then when he would speak up, he'd be very funny, you know? Yeah. I liked him.
Joker.
Christian reminds me a lot of the Joker.
It's like the Joker, man. I don't know. I like Christian a lot. I think he's one of my favorite wrestlers. One of my maybe the favorite, you know? Maybe the
Some
favorite.
bold statements,
Mr. Christian.
Bold statement. By the way, oh wait, sorry, I forgot. The reason I brought up Christian is because he said, Matt Hardy, you're making your brother seem like the sober one.
Oh,
man. He crossed his arms. I don't know if he crossed his arms, but...
He buried Matt, dude. Poor Matt, you know? It was just... Why was he even there?
Yeah, I don't really know why Matt got involved.
Matt the ring of Christian. It's so random.
I'm just pissed that I went to AEW in Austin, and one of the matches I got was Christian versus Matt Hardy. Like, I didn't need to see that.
Suck,
you know, like
how long was that match?
Oh, it went like 12 minutes, like longer than
why would it be a 12-minute
minute
match? Dude?
It wasn't.
Matt can't even walk.
For what it was, it wasn't bad. But it's like this isn't a SmackDown 2010 match. I don't want it.
I mean, we're getting Cesaro versus Hager, you know. It's kind of.
That's a SmackDown 11 match. No, you're right. Yo, bring back the Swagger soaring eagle, and I'll be into it. Can we do another Zed video?
He's so sick. The soaring eagle's in AEW. He's like all like edgy now. Awesome. He's like a black eagle now. That'd be sick.
Yo, the Hager Black Hawk or some shit. That'd be crazy.
That'd be sick, dude. There's like blood on him.
What's the payoff? Who's under the mask? This is the question. That's how CM Punk returns.
Kip Sabian.
Oh, or that. I don't know. I like CM Punk.
Dude, have you seen that one TikTok of the guy like, why is there a guy in a mask in front of the crowd? And every comment's like, oh, that's Chris Sabin, guys. They're building up to it. Eventually.
Yeah, that's just Chris Sabin. You're right,
Chris Sabin, guys. Chris Sabin. Gonna pay off.
Well, by the way, Steven, did you see?
Did, by the way.
No, he's still wearing the mask. He is still wearing it. But did you see Daddy Ass is no longer the Acclaimed?
Wow, that sucks so much that the best thing got broken up, man.
It's so sad. Bowens can't yell "Scissor me, daddy" anymore, or if he
No,
does,
but they just
his
made the
daddy won't scissor
shirt.
him. We gotta get that shirt before it's gone, man.
It's gonna be the next
Shit.
AJ Y2K, you know?
You gotta get that
It costs
shirt
money.
for your mannequin, man.
Right, you're right.
I'll give you my Brie
Honestly.
Bella hat for the man. It's gotta have a children-sized
Really?
head, the mannequin. But if it does, my Brie Bella hat will fit it.
Rip off the head and put a new one on it. Just take it.
Oh, I haven't even considered
Oh.
that. I should try putting my Brie Bella hat on my mannequin head. Oh my god. I'm
You
so smart.
should.
I'm
Or
so
your
smart.
children, like your nieces, give them the hat, tell them to wear it.
I'm sure they'd love it. I'm sure they'd love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, Daddy Ass is gone. I'm
How's
devastated.
this gonna work out? Cause like only Max can wrestle.
Well, Bowens can wrestle now. He's back.
Oh, is he back? I thought
Yeah,
he was in a
that was
wheelchair
the whole
still.
thing.
Oh.
Billy Gunn beat him up.
Oh, now you
'Cause-
guys know I don't watch Wednesday Night Wrestling.
Bowens went
Or-
like this, and then Billy Gunn went like this and crotched
Oh, I
him.
thought we'd point the finger. Like
No,
the
I mean it
AEW
was just a. That's
AEW
what.
thing to do, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. He went scissor me, daddy. He went, fuck you.
That's such an AEW thing, honestly. Oh my gosh.
The people who are listening only have no clue what's happening.
No,
That's
for
cool.
listening audience.
Hey guys.
So basically, we were talking about how this one wrestler wants to scissor another guy with his hand.
Do the alt
but the
text real
old
quick.
man, the old 6'7" guy, is like, no, points the finger up. That's the joke. It's funny.
Haha. Except I didn't do the finger. I did like the.
Yeah,
You
you're
know.
too scared. I remember in elementary school, I used to like put my ring finger up all the time because that was really funny and edgy. Because it wasn't
You
my
used to
middle
do that
finger,
to
it
like
was my ring
me all the
finger.
time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like that,
but I remember I
right?
did it in my pocket once, right? Like I'd like hide in my pocket. I'm too scared to show off my actual like ring finger.
Guys, look
I
how
remember one time.
Fucked up.
What?
I
I
was
remember this one time this teacher was like walking by me, right? Like the class in a line, and we're acting really quiet. But I had my ring finger in my pockets, and she like went right across me. She looked at my face, started gasping.
What do
And
you-
I was like, "Dude, it's just my ring finger." But she wasn't like saying it to me directly.
What
it
are
was
you
like how
saying?
quiet we were as a class.
What is wrong with your ring finger being in your pocket?
'Cause I thought she thought my middle finger, but she couldn't see
Was
it.
it
'cause
just
my
one
pocket.
finger sticking out of your pocket?
Yeah.
So okay,
she was
just
deciding
to
that, like-
demonstrate. No, hold on, Steven. Guys,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you're listening, start watching. Sorry.
Start watching right now.
It was like this.
It was like that, yeah.
Like-
My ring finger was sticking
like
out.
this?
And I thought she thought it was my middle finger, right? But in reality, she was just gasping because the line was quiet and we were just controlled children. So I kind of just had a spag moment, you know? Just a
I'm sorry about that.
just a burst of children weirdness.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm really sorry about
Yeah.
that. Well, Cody's gonna be in the AEW game still.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's really sucked to get rid of Cody's moveset, you know?
I guess I'm just surprised, like, because the game doesn't even have a release date yet. It's gonna come out so long after he's been gone, you know? Like,
That's
it's just
the main
crazy.
marketing. Just having Cody on the cover.
Oh, I hope he's on the cover. Oh man, I
Because
hope
his
he's on
intro
the
is the
cover.
best one too in the game, you know? Like his entro's gonna be crazy in that game.
That'll be sick as hell.
Do they have the rights to his music? Like his theme? Do they have the
Oh
rights to that?
shit! You'll probably let them. You know, like they probably signed
think?
some shit before.
You think he's gonna like get money from it? Just ask him like, yo, you gotta.
Oh,
you
he'll
gotta pay me
definitely.
the Cody
Downstate will
bucks.
hopefully get money from it. I don't know, man.
No, Downstate doesn't get money from them.
Fuck Downstate.
Sorry.
Honestly, they ruined that one AEW pay-per-view for me.
Yeah? Live?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do they do now? What's the last theme they made? Downstate.
No, man.
Because they used to like make every theme song ever and cover other theme songs, but now you don't hear much about it. You know, maybe it's because like the other guy left, like CAO Money and Jim Johnson. You know,
Maybe.
they're gone now. Yeah.
Maybe Steven. But last bit of AEW news, Jon Moxley was announced for a New Japan Pro Wrestling show in Nashville, Tennessee. And I was like, oh my gosh,
Wow.
that's crazy. The AEW World Champion, his opponent must be big. Steven, would you
Is it
like to
like-
take a guess at who his opponent is?
Is it
It's-
Kushida?
No, good guess, good guess. His opponent is
Oh.
El Desperado.
Yo, that guy's sick.
No, he's not.
Didn't he get canceled?
Why?
No, I don't know.
Are you
just
thinking of
assumed
El
Los Angeles get
Phantasmo?
canceled. Maybe.
Maybe-
Who's the guy in WCPW with the horns?
Oh,
Like
El
the master.
Ligero?
I think I was thinking of him. Yeah.
What the fuck? No, El Desperado is a Japanese dude, and he
I don't
wears a
know
black
why.
and white mask, and he's part of Suzuki-gun.
Oh, see, I don't watch New Japan, so I don't like really care enough.
He's fucking lame is the point. He's not a jobber, but he is very low on the mid card. You know?
No.
Yeah.
He's gonna win the title now.
I fucking hope so. Oh
Honestly,
my god.
I'm just saying, Tanahashi should have won the title, man. It would have been so
I'm just
funny.
saying, even bigger brain move. Tanahashi doesn't win the title. El Desperado wins it in Nashville on some fucking
Heck yeah, all those Nashville, Kentuckians.
the
man.
Nashvilleites. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All those chicken people.
Hell yeah. So can't wait to watch that. But Steven, have you been reading your weekly copy of the Wall Street Journal?
I have not. What happened to Wall Street Journal?
Well, if you've read it recently.
I don't have the subscription. You know, the site keeps telling me to buy it, but I'm not gonna buy that.
Damn
You know,
it!
it's too
No, I know
expensive.
all
25
the
cents?
I know all the passwords from when I was in journalism school, so don't even worry
You
about
have
it.
that?
I mean, I
What?
did
You
when I
gotta
was
tell
in
me.
school. I don't have it anymore.
Do you still get it?
No. I mean, I could just reach out to a current student and get it. You know, like it's not unheard of, but
I hate that. Why do they paywall articles? You know, like I just take my.
because they gotta
free
fucking make
on the
money.
website, man.
Do you know how
Put
little
ads.
journalists get paid?
Just put ads on it.
Do you know how little journalists get paid?
Well, you chose to be a journalist. You know, you're not doing it for the money.
Oh my god. Well, then don't complain when there's a paywall, okay?
Why would you paywall an article to read?
It is kind of fucked
Silly.
up.
It's silly.
At least you get those headlines, you know? That's all you
That's
need.
true. That's all people read anyways.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
But basically, Vince McMahon apparently did not just pay one woman hush money to keep quiet about sexual affair stuff.
Was
He
it two?
paid 4 women.
How much?
Millions. One I think was like 13 million.
Oh my
and
gosh,
one
that's
of them,
more than like WCW.
yeah, it's way more
That's
than he paid
crazy.
for WCW.
This woman's worth more than WCW, dude. That's crazy to me.
Honestly. And one of the women was apparently a wrestler. We don't know who, but there was one, allegedly.
Is there proof, or is it just we're just never gonna find out ever?
I don't think the Wall Street Journal would report on something without being pretty confident, you know? So I'm gonna go with it. There's probably some proof there.
No, I mean the wrestler being who. I really don't know.
Oh, I mean, the proof is probably like, hey, where did I get these $13 million from? You know?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Daddy ass turning heel, man. This stinks.
This is horrible.
Oh, man.
Crazy that Vince is still involved, but hey, these things happen, I guess.
He's gonna arrive backstage. He's gonna arrive on SmackDown today. You know, probably jump or something. Like, yo guys, welcome to SmackDown, guys. Leave.
That's cool.
Power move.
What if he comes back and just to like get everyone back on his side, he introduces the reintroduction of the SmackDown fist, and everyone loves Vince again. You know, they all like cheering.
Unironically, dude, if Vince were to come up for SmackDown, like, I got some major announcements, and he's like, then now.
Forever. He points behind
You see
him.
the fucking
The
fist just
fist
falls
comes
down
forward.
the screen? Or just punches through the screen? It's like the CG one they do. Like, it's like crappy, like PS2 graphic.
No one in the crowd has any idea what's happening because it's just for the people at home watching the CG.
Just there's like the SmackDown theme song playing, but nothing's coming out of the screen.
Do you know your enemy?
This is some good booking right here, man.
Hell
Some good
yeah.
booking. Hire us. What culture? We'll do your next videos
Hire
for
us,
you.
Vince McMahon's PR team. We got you, man.
We got you, homies.
Uh-huh.
We'll do it for free, okay?
Well, Vince McMahon isn't the only man who needs a good PR team, Stephen. Also on that list is one Ric Flair, because if you remember back
really
to last
sucks 'cause
year,
his tour's coming out.
yeah, it's a little rough. But if you remember to last year, he had his Dark Side of the Ring episode of the plane ride from hell, and he
that
kind of
one,
got
like-
canceled from that.
That Dark Side episode like messed up a lot of people. You know, like Goldust. Poor Goldust got wrecked because of that episode.
Yeah.
Huh.
It gave Terry her moment in the spotlight she has always deserved. Shout out to
Yeah.
Marlena. Oh my
Let's
god.
go, Marlena.
I love Marlena.
I like how like Goldust is just known as like some lame dude on a plane trying to get his girlfriend back or his wife back.
Oh.
Just this big cock, you know?
That's so
Poor Goldust.
sad.
That's his legacy.
That is so sad. That's all he'll be remembered for. That and his
His wife
brother crying.
Begging for his wife to come back to him. Yeah.
So, but Ric
Dusty.
Flair, he like had all that shit happen. He was removed from AEW's plans with Andrade, and basically around that same time, he was also removed from the WWE signature that airs before any of their live programming, right? Or just any of their programming in general.
Is Sasha Banks still in that?
No, she's not, Steven. Believe it or not, she's been taken out.
Boss.
But basically, Ric Flair was apparently, at the time, he said it was the most hurtful moment of his entire career when he was removed from the signature. Which I can see that.
Wow.
Like, that's pretty tough.
Why?
Because you're being erased from the company's history, you know? Essentially.
In an intro
Yeah.
that no one watches?
I mean, I watched it. Yes, sir. We promised you a great night tonight. Andre,
I like the one where Ray's like about how he hurt his knee like 13
That's not
times.
what that is. That's not the same thing.
But that one's sick though, you know?
That was a public
I injured
service
my
announcement,
knee.
Steven.
That's great.
My knee. I've had 17 surgeries in my right knee.
That one's so good. I love it. Ray's knees, man. It's out of butter now.
They got to do that for AEW, but it's Matt Jackson just talking about his back the entire time, you know? That'd be awesome.
I injured my back. Aw.
He's doing a really racist Spanish accent. So
That's
cool.
great.
But basically this week, Ric Flair was re-added back to the WWE signature. So, hey guys,
Wow.
did anything come out about him being a good person who didn't show his dick to strangers? Nope. But I guess we just forgot. So,
He does make money, you know?
Rick,
Yeah.
What do you
Marketable
mean?
man.
he makes money.
money.
Just in general,
Makes money.
like Ric Flair makes money. I buy that.
He makes money.
It's a
It's a
nature
song
boy.
based off him, you know?
Oh,
That's his ringtone, apparently.
Is it? Ric Flair drip,
Yeah.
go woo on a
Yeah, Rich
bitch.
Drip, the movement. Yeah.
That's so old. That's from when we were like 17, 16.
I know. So his ringtone
Oh,
to this day.
they reference Ric Flair in a Kanye song off his Yay album. If
Wow.
that means anything,
Was
yeah.
it good?
No.
What was the last like Kanye album that's like exclusive to like some Kanye like music listener thing? Do you know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
the title? That was Life of Pablo.
It wasn't titled.
I feel like Pablo.
This weird like music listening service that you had to buy physically, and that's what the Kanye album was.
I think
It
you're
was really
thinking
weird.
of Tidal, aren't you? Where his album was only on Tidal for like the first 6 months.
Well, Tidal's a streaming service. It's like a
Yeah.
physical thing you had to buy.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't know then.
No.
But
I don't know.
go listen to Life of Pablo. That's a great album. That's.
Kanye's really good, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But would you rather have Kanye West or Ric Flair? You only get one.
I'd rather have Kanye West.
What about Ric Flair? What about the 16 titles, man?
What about them? Where would they go? Who will take
what
them?
about the woos? What about the woos? What about that KFC commercial he was in?
Damn. No, we got Shawn Michaels and Dolph Ziggler to take over, okay?
Was Shawn
It's no
Michaels part of
worries.
that?
I was there
Was Shawn
live
Michaels?
for it. Shawn Michaels.
Was it good?
And no.
Oh.
No, Shawn Michaels dressed up as the Colonel, dancing this sexy boy was not good.
That's a fun time right there.
No, because it was
was a
like
fun
it was like
time.
Colonel versus he beat up like someone dressed up like a chicken or something. I don't quite remember.
I remember that time when like I was watching Smackdown with my cousin's house, right? And it was a Brodus Clay segment with Vicky Guerrero dancing, and my cousin like, people watch this?
No.
She was just really confused by it.
Jacy
You
channel.
know? It's like people watch this show.
It's
Like,
tough. It's really hard to explain
hard to explain. You know?
anything you love, you know? I was
Well, especially
watching
with, like Brodus Clay dancing with Vicky Guerrero.
Yeah.
It's a very like rare thing to see, you know.
You know what's even cooler about that? Is if I
Huh.
wanted to, I could recreate that scene with my action figures.
That's the dream right there, man.
Honestly. So, Steven, in additional news of these wrestling legends being canceled, I don't know if this one's a canceling per se, but dear sweet Buff Bagwell, he's had a resurgence of sorts, or
Why?
maybe an initial surge this year because he's been on Twitter since like January and been like very like, you know, in with like the Twitter crowd and been like, oh my gosh, I'm very progressive. I love you, Kid Bandit. I love you, Nyla Rose.
I saw him like comment on like a T-Bar tweet, and she was like, "Oh my god, that's the real Buff Bagwell. I love you."
Yeah,
It's very
well,
wholesome.
apparently the internet found out it's not the real Buff Bagwell. It's been someone
What?
else. Yep. So it was just like someone on his marketing team or
They stand lead Buff Bagwell?
they stand lead Buff Bagwell. As apparently Buff Bagwell in real life is this ultra conservative who loves Trump. So there you go.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's his punishment being Republican. That's why you're a bad
Honestly.
person.
Honestly.
Poor Buff, man.
Yeah. Is he still the
His Twitter
stuff in your
account.
heart, Steven?
Yeah, Buff.
Yeah, honestly. And then also,
Sad.
you mentioned Kushida a little bit ago. Apparently
Is he New
Kushida's
Japan?
sticking around in America. He's gonna be with New Japan.
What?
He's gonna work exclusively, not exclusively, but he's gonna like live in LA, train at the LA dojo, and work for New Japan of America. And he was announced for Impact's tapings next week.
Is he like gonna be the big guy there, or just mid-card man still?
He better be a big guy there. It's Kushida.
Like that's a lot, you know.
When the
Like,
other
going
big
to
guy
LA.
is Darren Young, okay, I feel like the standard isn't, you know, where it should be.
Is this New Japan like America thing gonna last long?
I hope so. Apparently it's very good. I haven't watched jack shit, but
Really?
apparently it's very good. Yeah.
I don't watch wrestling, so you know.
No, neither do I. Which
Kinda
works
hard.
out perfectly because the authors
Yeah.
of Pain were planning on running a big wrestling show with like Nia Jax, Braun Strowman, and a bunch of
Great
ex-WWE people.
All
And-
from like the specific like last 5 years.
And so they were doing it in Australia, and then they canceled. And they were like,
Why?
nope. Instead, we're going to the UK. I don't.
Why?
I don't know, something with permits or the arena. So they went to the United
Oh.
Kingdom, and
So no dimes.
then the authors of Pain, the people putting on this event, Razor and Akam, they
Did it
said,
get canceled?
well, they said, hey guys, actually our United Kingdom show is canceled too, because
Good sign.
not enough talent were going to actually show up.
That's cool.
And then the talent spoke up and they said, no, it's not that we weren't planning to show up, it's that you weren't paying us.
Oh.
And then it came
awesome.
out that they were going to have a show in a 10,000 seat arena and they'd sold 350 tickets, which is tough.
It's like really good for the camera, you know?
Yeah, I mean, maybe you could have like a.
Yeah.
It's not going to be as
Maybe
many
it's like a
people
Ring
as
of
the
Honor
roller
style
derby,
where
Steven.
it's like ramp view.
Maybe. Yeah, just on the ramp. That was the smartest thing Tony Khan's ever done was for that show, for Super Card of Honor to have the hard cam face the ramp. Absolutely.
Fun show though. I saw myself in like a YouTube video that someone was like posting their point of view from.
Yo, I saw
was pretty
myself
sick.
in an AEW ad one time. So
Wow. Were you making
you
a
know.
fun reaction so you can get like paid for that?
No, I was standing there with my arms crossed in a blue shirt as I watched John
Was it
Moxley
during the
come out.
Was it during the Matt Hardy match with Christian?
No, it was during John Moxley coming out to the song Wild Thing. Okay. God. Catch
I
up.
don't really like that theme song for
Nah,
him, I'm
it's
gonna be
whatever.
honest. Maybe I'm just
Um,
contrarian. Probably that.
It's a
Probably
little bit
that.
of that. We
Probably
both have a
that.
little bit of that in us.
We're just
did you
really
see-
big, fed, good guys, you know?
I love the Fed.
Happens.
I
love
can't wait to
billion-dollar
work for them.
corporations.
Yeah. Did you see Ilya Dragunov, the NXT UK champion, had to relinquish his title?
Oh yeah, I saw that. He had some injury, but he doesn't know what it is. Or we don't know. I think he
That's
knows.
tough. I
but
hope
we
he
don't.
doesn't. I hope it's something. It's his excuse to never wrestle again.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Tyler Bate won some tournament and he's UK champ again. Which
Again?
yeah, he was the first
Yo,
UK
good for
champ.
Tyler Bate.
What do you?
I heard.
Wait,
I know he broke up with
second?
Trent Stevens. Like,
Wait, was
last week or
Tyler Bate
something.
ever UK champion?
it was the first one.
Right. Okay, I thought so.
Yeah.
So.
He had that amazing match with like Pete Dunne, and then nothing else happened after that with him.
Mustache
lost to
Mountain was
Enzo.
cool for a little bit. You know,
He lost to Enzo clean. That was pretty sick.
I do remember that. But he's had a great career in NXT
Mustache
UK
Mountain,
since.
right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He had that one time he was flirting with Liv Morgan. That didn't go anywhere.
Yo, how the fuck did Jordan Devlin get called up to real NXT before Tyler Bate? Okay.
Just guy
Shit's
just
messed
has
up.
a nice head, you know.
No, you're kind of right. Remember that time Tony Storm dumped Tyler Bate because apparently he cheated on her with a cross-dresser? I think it was.
Tyler Bate, man.
Yeah, honestly, living his best life. I would.
Have you seen the picture of him as a 17-year-old? He's like jacked.
Huh?
It's crazy. Tyler
Him
Bate.
as a 17-year-old?
Yeah, he posted pictures of himself once when he was 17.
Good for
Looks
him.
like
It was only
The Rock when
19
he
or
was
18
17.
when he debuted and won the title, so.
Crazy.
You know.
Good for Tyler Bate. I like Tyler Bate. I just think he lost his cool look.
Oh,
you know?
does he have tattoos now too?
Yeah, tattoos and stuff like that, and like the hair. I
That's
liked him
tough.
as like a clean-shaven babyface man.
How did this happen to both him and Jack Gallagher?
Jack
his
Gallagher,
name, right?
man.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
It's not like one UFC event. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
this
McGregor
is
now.
me. It's my entire personality. Uh-huh.
And harassing women, that too.
Yo. Well, Steven, soon the fans of New Japan Pro Wrestling will be allowed to harass women too, again. I was gonna say that
theme this week, by the way.
but I just realized that New Japan doesn't have women wrestle in their company.
No.
They just have Muffin Ass. But if the New Japan fans want to harass Muffin Ass, they're allowed to come September, because that is when Japan, the country, who just had their like prime minister murdered today, by the way.
No, their ex-prime minister.
Oh, or that. Grayson lied to me.
One is like denying like war crimes from World War II.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
if you're in Japan and you're going to a New Japan show, you will be allowed to cheer in the audience again in September.
Wow.
So
Good for them.
you gotta wait like a couple more months, but soon. You know.
I mean, do they still cheer? I thought the Japanese crowds were very quiet. That's what Vampira says.
He does say that on a weekly
know?
fucking basis. Thank God we didn't have to watch Lucha Underground
Maybe
this
he's.
week.
I think my theory is that he had one like really bad experience in Japan, where he got like no crowd reaction whatsoever.
And he got to the
and
back
like people
and they're
backstage
like,
like,
no,
yo, don't worry,
no,
it's
no,
just
good
a
match,
Japanese
good match.
thing, man. You weren't bad. They're just really respectful. You
It's
know?
us,
they
not
watch
you.
the
It's
crowd.
us, not you. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Vampiro.
So I can't wait to cheer in New Japan in September.
For Muffin Ass.
Last story I have on my current events, Steven, is that Valerie Loureda, the Bellator fighter, has signed with WWE. Oh my God. Oh.
What?
Oh my God. I am a
What?
fan. She graduated with a degree in broadcast journalism.
She became a wrestler?
She became a mixed martial artist and is now a wrestler. And
Such a weird like change of events, you know, on a broadcasting school, become an MMA fighter, and now you're a wrestler.
I think she's Cuban. And Valerie Loureda, and she's like a year older than us.
Dang, makes me feel really fat and old.
So, hey,
Or fat and
Valerie,
young.
I know you're probably watching this, and like I'm a really cool guy. So, Steven's cool too,
people-
but
This is why we'll never have
What?
women on our
what are you
podcast. We're
talking
just gonna
about?
simp all over them.
Who would be upset at me, Steven, for just being happy
Me.
WWE signed Valerie Loureda? Okay, you're not happy.
Yeah.
You don't care that
I don't know
WWE
who
signed
she
her.
is, to be honest.
She's a Bellator fighter.
So,
with over
Okay.
almost 1 million followers on Instagram. Do you know how
that's a really
impressive
big
that
get
is?
then. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, for a Bellator, no Bellator fighter has 1 million followers.
Oh my
you know?
Gosh.
Yeah.
WWE's been on a roll with their money recently, man. Maybe all these releases were like good. All those cost
Yeah.
measuring
think
releases
that?
they had
You-
last year.
you think-
it's all for this? Signing Logan Paul and former Bellator fighters.
Do you remember that time WWE hired Steve Corino's sister to be a trainer? She moved her entire family, her husband and her child across the country and had her son start at a new school, only to be fired a week later?
Pretty sick.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty awesome, man.
Uh-huh. That was on WrestlingInc.com this week. It was, I guess she did an interview with Renee Young.
It's really salty.
I would be
And I would be
too.
salty too, you know?
Very much
she's in
so.
the wrong here.
Fired after 6 days or whatever. Or
Wow.
maybe not 6
Just
days.
like-
Was it?
Just like Eric Bischoff was fired for like no reason. It's like, hey,
No.
Eric, you're working for us now. And he didn't do anything for like a month. And he got fired. Like, that was so good.
That's awesome.
I think it's like a power move, right? From Vince?
I don't
that
know,
why?
man. I'm not
don't know.
in Vince's
I never
head.
know why.
I don't fucking
We
know.
don't know.
I
know-
Does anyone listening to the podcast know Valerie Loureda? Is
Let
my
us
question.
know. We'll interview her.
Yes, we will. Steven, do you have any other current events?
Netflix announced a new show with WWE.
Oh,
You know what it is?
what?
It's OVW. They're making an OVW show.
Isn't OVW a company still? Separate
No,
from
OVW
WWE?
No.
OVW,
no.
Ohio Valley Wrestling still exists separate from WWE. How are they doing that?
No, it's the one with like the skits with like John Cena. Just as like a commentator guy with like Fandango on the side.
that's Southpaw Regional Wrestling, Steven.
Oh, I don't know then. I got it confused. I don't really care enough then at that point.
What the?
Um,
You are such a headline reader.
dang.
And
I
then
didn't
you
care
don't
enough
even
then.
know what the headlines are about. Oh
That
my.
sucks. I got really excited for no reason then.
Yeah, I wish it were
WWE.
Southpaw Regional Wrestling, but how would they even do
Yeah.
that? Because Fandango's gone. okay.
Recast him.
Oh my god, you can't recast Chet, whatever the fuck his name was.
Ricochet. Yeah.
I just not Ricochet. Don't do that to Ricochet. He couldn't act. He couldn't do that shit.
Speaking of Netflix,
From Utica, New York.
they did announce the WWE news.
I don't believe you anymore.
They were pulling a Vince McMahon docuseries.
Oh, they're pulling it? That
Yeah.
sucks. I was so looking forward to that.
Oh man.
Fuck.
Well, sucks that you heard it today, you know, that they're pulling this show with this man who's in allegation controversy right now.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know the show was gonna be like a glowing review of Vince, you know?
Yeah, that would be like a very negative thing, you know, like that one episode of Dark Side of the Ring with the plane.
Yeah.
Oof.
By the way, OVW is a separate company from WWE, and they have a deal with Netflix, Steven.
Oh, I don't care enough about that then.
Yeah, James Storm wrestles there apparently.
Is he good in there?
I don't. Do you think I've watched an
Remember when he was on
OVW match?
Remember when James Storm was on NXT for like an episode?
Yeah.
Why?
Mm.
He was just there.
I just remember being big news. I think Sam Roberts was there live, and he talked about it on his podcast.
Yo, good for the Rob, dude.
Yeah, honestly.
And other very major
Whoa,
moves.
major? Is that a pun? Are you going to talk about Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder?
There's been a big death recently in the wrestling community.
Did Kurt Hawkins or Zack Ryder or Smart Mark Sterling pass away?
No. Unfortunately, the subreddit Wrestle with the Joshis has been banned.
No. Have you ever been
First
on
they
that
take
subreddit?
away Wrestle with the Plot. Now they're taking away Wrestle with the Joshis. I don't know what I have left, man.
This is not okay. This is a problem.
left.
Okay? What the fuck are we supposed to do?
I hate this.
Like, Big Brother NSFW only gets so many posts a week, okay?
Are they gonna get more posts in the next season? I don't know.
They usually do pick up when the summer starts, so...
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, so Paloma and
I like
Alyssa,
on
we got
Reddit,
some
by the way,
content.
when it's like a Joshi or like a Japanese woman wrestler, they don't want to sound creepy by calling them hot, so they call them like adorable or cute, which is like very weird.
I don't think it's them
That's what
not
you
wanting
like
to
a
sound creepy,
child.
that's just how they behave,
Yeah.
those people, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just almost like a creep.
I don't
to
think...
use words to describe like children, to describe women.
Steven, people
Pretty sick.
describe things, not children, as adorable. Like, my girlfriend who looks
No.
like Paige, I describe her as adorable all the time.
Oh.
Okay? To be
Oh, you know what I
clear,
realized about the look
2014
like Page thing?
What?
I think it might be just like having a goth GF. think that's legit it. I think that's it.
Okay. Yeah. Then my
Yeah.
yep, my
It's from
girlfriend
the
looks
mystery
like Paige.
guys.
Mhm.
Your girlfriend looks like Paige.
She does. I'll show you
Mine.
photos.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Is this the end of the episode then?
I mean, unless
I
you got
don't
any
know.
other news stories, or if you want to talk about Valerie
I look at the
Loureda some
headline
more.
again. Mickie James makes joke about Vince McMahon allegations.
I did see that.
She said, "No wonder I never got that raise." Shrug emoji.
Do you know what she's saying, Steven?
No.
She's saying she never performed fellatio on Vince.
Oh!
Do you know who she did perform fellatio on?
Don't tell me.
Kenny Dykstra. I assume. I would hope for his sake.
Dude, I feel bad for Kenny, man. Poor guy. He was like built to be like the guy, by the way. Like not the guy, but like a bigger guy than he really was.
I feel like you're confusing him with Ken Kennedy.
Squad. Amy.
Because
Wasn't it Kenny Dykstra
Mr.
for
Kennedy
a
was the
time?
one who was supposed to be like the
No,
world
no, no.
champion.
Wasn't Kenny Dykstra like the one who like got the single push out of the Spirit Squad?
Well, yeah, but like
Yeah.
he went on to be Kenny Dykstra, you know?
Dude, that's crazy how like Mr. Kennedy was gonna be like the big guy. Like imagine that world where Mr. Kennedy was like world heavyweight champion.
Yeah, like he's
from
in that.
Cash
Like
In.
when we start talking about John Cena, Batista, Randy Orton, Edge,
Mr. Kennedy,
the
the
fuck?
son of Vince McMahon.
Yo, so true.
Yeah.
So true. Did you see
Where is he now?
Hornswoggle was on Fox News? That was a while
Why?
ago. Back when Peter Dinklage said that the Snow White and the Seven Dwarves should only cast little people, and
Did he say that? I
Hornswoggle.
thought he didn't say that.
Oh, was it the opposite?
Yeah, I thought he
Oh,
said
it
like
was offensive
only,
that they
why
only
are people
cast-
with dwarfism playing like little people all the time or like dwarfs all the time like that.
Well, Tucker Carlson had Hornswoggle on his show.
good old Tucker Carlson, man.
But
It's
imagine
awesome.
that fucking.
Epic.
if you're like an actual Fox News watcher, like my grandfather, if he flips on Fox News and it's Tucker Carlson being like, here is the former WWE superstar Hornswoggle. That's fucking
Here is
crazy.
former WWE superstar Hornswoggle.
That's awesome.
Have you seen that one like up up down down episode where they're playing universe mode or my GM mode with Tyler Breeze, who's back on the channel somehow, which is really cool.
Breezy?
Yeah, Breezy's back on up up down down.
Let's go.
I think it's sick. He made a reference to the Deadlock podcast.
Did he?
With the Tony voice. I think
What
it was
did he
like
say?
I think they're releasing Finn Balor on the roster, and he's like, I didn't fire him. I let his contract expire.
Oh, he didn't.
So good. It was so good. Yeah, that's all the news I got.
Awesome. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's
I also want to hear about my
fucking
story
funny.
where I met him in the bathroom, which never happened. But I did see him going to the bathroom.
Tyler Breeze?
No, Xavier Woods.
Oh man.
But that's for another day.
Did you
for
watch
another
him
time.
piss?
No. I
Did
saw
you
his
make sure it
cameraman.
was his dick? Oh my bad. That's
Dude,
my
have you
bad.
seen that one story about the guy peeing next to Edge? He's like talking to Edge while peeing.
No.
It's so good.
My old photography professor shared an
He's got
Airbnb with
penises.
Edge one time. I may have seen his penis. I don't know what went on in the Airbnb.
How did that happen?
They both rented out rooms in the same Airbnb.
Oh wow, I knew you
Yeah.
could do that. I always thought it was just like one room or like one house you rent
It
out.
depends on the Airbnb. But he had no clue who the fuck Edge was, and so the Edge was like, "I'm a wrestler," which is cool.
Wow, good for
Mhm.
him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a wrestler. I
I'm
thought
a
they didn't like
wrestler.
being known as wrestlers outside in public.
They probably were talking about what they do for a living. You know,
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
they're men of like
Yeah.
the same age, I imagine. Shout out to Professor Gittner.
Yo, homie, hope it doesn't get canceled. That'd really suck.
What?
Um,
You hope Professor Gittner doesn't get canceled?
yeah.
I mean, I hope not too. He seemed like the type of person. I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say. Never mind. So
This is the end of the episode now.
Uh-huh.
You can't
hey guys,
continue.
hey
Follow
guys,
us on TikTok.
like
Apple,
us on Facebook, follow
YouTube.
us on Twitter.
Instagram.
Yeah, guys, we're at Following Lucha on social media. TikTok's where our
Give us
main
5-star ratings on
content is.
Apple.
Yeah, if you're listening on Apple, leave a rating or a review. If you're listening on Spotify, do the same. It helps. I think
Dude, on
people say
Spotify?
it helps.
You can review on Spotify?
You can't review, but you can leave a rating.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
You do that,
Alright, time to
please.
smurf.
We don't beg people enough. If you're listening to this
Yeah.
and you're like you listen consistently, there are some of you out there. Why not leave a review? If you fucking
Email
hate
us
us,
at followinglucha@gmail.
if you hate
We
us,
might
leave
do a
a review.
mailbag. We probably won't.
I'll read any review we get on this podcast. If you want to say the most hateful things imaginable to me, I will
We'll take
have
it
to
to heart
read
and
it.
change it immediately.
We will also do that. So hey guys, follow us there. We'll be back next week, unfortunately, with more Lucha Underground content.
Dang it.
I know.
We're so excited to watch Lucha Underground 2.
I know.
like,
Before we
months
started
ago.
this podcast, we were like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god, I love Lucha Underground." Now I'm excited to watch.
Maybe we're in the
Psych.
dark age, you know, before they realize what they could do.
Maybe, but I was more excited to watch Psych than I've ever been to watch a Lucha Underground
Psych
episode.
was so fun. I love Psych. I actually might watch Psych like after this
We
podcast
should,
finishes in,
Steven.
like 5 years.
If you ever move up to Austin, you know, if we're
Psych
roommates
night.
or if you like live nearby, I will go to your place.
Psych Friday?
We will watch Psych on a weekly basis.
Psych
Yes.
Monday? It'll be Monday. It'll be Monday.
We will
Psych
binge
Monday.
Psych together. Okay.
Yeah.
Why would it be Monday? Why Psych Monday?
That's when it airs. After Raw.
It still airs.
No, it
Oh.
died.
We'll just
Oh, well,
we'll watch
that's on the
Raw together
podcast.
and then we'll turn on an
Yeah.
episode of Psych so it can be like the good old days.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Blind cover, was that another one? Okay. Hey,
I
bye
have to go to
guys.
the restroom, so I gotta
Bye
end this
guys.
Podcast.
Bye guys.